There we go. That should work now. This is the third time OBS has done that to me where it's just decided I don't have a microphone. Hello! Hello, hello, hello. Ohayo minasan. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. First of all, happy Valentine's Day! Happy Valentine's Day! Hello! Also, set up, sleep well, sweet dreams, and until next time, I hope you have this love. Love niya, ayasin yan. But also, welcome on in. How you doing? Hello! Hello Rahi, hello Belle, hello Salap, hello, 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 hello. How are you all doing? I'm in the Discord call right now. If anybody wants to join me to voice act this game, who might or may not happen to be free. I've had 0 responses. I may be doing this solo. That's fine too. We're just figuring this shit out as we go. I figured, you know, some people might actually come along because they love me, but I guess not. Can't step away from work or else I'd be there. I know. You get a pass. I think you're the only one that gets a pass. Well, and Sledge. Sledge is busy. Sledge is very busy. I think you're the only one that gets a pass. I think everybody else is in trouble. Badge is in trouble. Kergar's in trouble. Belle is in trouble. Who needs to do D&D? Who needs to do D&D? I'm kidding. I get it. D&D is good. But yeah, how is everyone doing? So, are you ready for the new model? Like, are you genuinely like ready? I don't think you're ready for the new model. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think anybody's ready for the new model. I don't think anybody's ready for it. Are you ready though? Are you like as ready as you can be? You're ready for alley times? Okay, but I have a very important question. In fact, you know what? Rahi, you know what the important question is. You should ask it. Go ahead, ask chat. Type it in chat. You can participate as the mod here. Chat. Would you love Ellie if she were a worm? Was that the question I expected? I don't know. Was it? Who knows? But would you? That's a good question, actually. Would you guys love me if I was a worm? Would you love me if I was a worm? Love me now? Would you love me if I was wormy? Wormy squirmy? Not even a single response, though. Wow. Of course. Oh, there we go. Hi, Wolfie. Welcome in. How you doing? At least someone would love me if I was a worm. I'd love you and put you in a dirt jar. I don't know how I feel about going in a dirt jar, though. Bop. I know. Something's happening. Hi. Oh no! Oh yes! Cursed. It is so cursed. It's not dumb. It really is though. Lena did a good job. I will need to update like all my stuff after stream. But yes, we are now officially a worm. So your answer better have been yes, that you would love me if I was a worm. We have toggles. So we have other form. Yeah, we have other form. We have hearts. Yes, because we love. We have exclamation mark. Oh my god. Huh? What's going on here? I don't know. I seem to have been turned worm. And we have have? What other toggles do we have? We can turn off the band for the halo. Yeah, there we go. There goes the band for the halo. We can turn that off. And we can just whoop. Oh. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Not sure what happened there. I'm not sure what happened there. That was weird, right? But yes, I hope you're all doing very well today. We are now a worm. Least weird thing you've seen today. Honestly, seems about right. Or at least up there. Well, I am now a worm. And I'm gonna go date killers. So, you know, just worm things, right? Just worm things. I've never played this game before. What can we call you? Annie. My name Annie. Are you baiting the killers? I am the bait, yes. I am the bait. I will catch all the fish in the sea. Would have been good if this was a fishing game. Listen, I'm pretty sure I just came out of the water. I think someone used me as bait and I just washed up on shore, okay? You wake up on the beach soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you'd nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. Yeah, someone definitely tried to fish with me here. Someone definitely tried to fish with me. Allie is the catch, not the bait. Can I be both? You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from, or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. I'm pretty sure someone just tried to fish with me. Wow, I really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute or can I go on? Because I can give you a minute. We've got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity if you catch my drift. Whoa, not now, Ocean. Sorry, Allie. May I continue? Possibly the entity? Please go on. Okay then, as I was... As I was saying... You look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. Oh, that doesn't look very good. But I'm a worm, so it doesn't really matter to me, does it? A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? I want to flirt with the narrator, jeez! Romance the narrator? Let's go! Okay, what do we do? That is a question. Run, close your eyes, or dig up that face. I mean, I don't really want to touch the face. Like, I may be a worm, but like, it's kind of gross. So like, I don't want to dig up the face. What should we do, guys? Should we run or should we close our eyes? I'm kind of leaning towards just closing our eyes and just like pretending that it's just a normal day at the beach, you know? You know, just close our eyes and just pretend. That sounds good. Let's close our eyes. You close your eyes. This must be a nightmare, right? This is not happening. This is not happening. Thank you for the headpats. Wormy head pads. That cannot feel nice though. Worms are gross to touch. Have you ever touched an actual worm? I've touched many worms. Our cats hunt worms. Worm pads. Hey Doge, welcome on in. I need it. Would you love me if I was a worm? You've been fishing. I was a kid once. Am I being threatened? I'm a worm. Happy Valentine's Day. You don't know if this is peak or not. I'll tell you what. Okay, I'll make it peak. Hold on. There you go. Is this peak? Okay, now peak. Yep. We are worm. The mantra centers you and you're briefly able to find peace. The lapping waves go silent, and for the first time in your entire life it feels like you're in control. When you open your eyes... Ow! You're in the exact same place, except now that disgusting corpse face is smiling at you? I don't think he's smiling at me as much as he's offering me something on his tongue, and it looks kinda goopy. Even the dead have a wondrous time on our island, I promise you will too. Don't worry, you're going to do just fine. We wouldn't want anyone else. Well, that sure was weird, that voice again. Do oceans normally talk? Your memory isn't right, but you're pretty sure you remembered learning as a child that oceans do not speak directly to people in spooky terms. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation, as you feel something soft bump into your foot. It's a ball! When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand there next to you. You stare down frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Little help, please. You turn around, and when you see what's waiting for you, your jaw just about hits the ground. Damn, she cute though! He's okay. He looks a bit like a tree. Damn, she fine. That just very much looks like a convicted criminal. Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. That doesn't sound good. Damn, Spirit. Spirit is the cutest, though, not gonna lie. Like, goddamn. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. Huntress and Spirit, you can get both those skins on DVD, oh my god. I know. Huntress and Spirit are just like... they're... yeah. Yeah! So many competing feelings rushing through your mind at once and that you're completely paralyzed. Hello? What about the other two? They're okay. Listen, I go both ways, but one of them looks like a tree person, and the other one looks like, just too much. Just screw their skins. Oh, you're not talking about what about the other two for me, okay. Yeah, I can see why they weren't made into skins, though. I feel like that would be maybe too much. I feel like the one with the constantly open chest wouldn't be too hard to make though. Spirit is all you need. Understandable. Have a nice day. There are weird days and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and look back up at this monstrous line of, well, literal monsters. Sexy ass monsters though. Wraith could have been decent. Oh yeah. I could see that. What do you do? Well... I feel like this first choice is important. Does the first choice correspond? Most choices do matter, so make sure you choose carefully. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is I'm thinking this is important. Like, does this choice correspond to which one you'd be romancing? This could get you hooked. I'll toss it back. You bend down and grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in Huntress's hand. Not bad, stranger. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it tightly in her hand. You look her up and down and consider what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps. Maybe a little sweaty, but that's okay, it's natural. Try hard much? Ugh. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize that everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way. Nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Allie. You were made for this. As a worm? I was made as a worm by the ocean to romance killers. Sounds about right. Checks out. Well, geez, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all gonna work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. Typical Freddy, yeah. It's just canon now. The ocean has decided to make us into a worm so that we can romance killers on a beach. Yep. Sounds inherently correct. It seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. You derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than any silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than just distract from my total domination? That was Wraith. That sigh means he was done with the game too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill him or not? You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. Hey, Allie, you might wanna, say something. Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now this group has some questions for you, but we warned, answer quickly and answer well. This is a timed quiz and it will be very important later. Motherfucker! Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember. How attractive would you say you are? Average? Pretty average, I think. Just another face in the crowd, another normal, meaningless life in an endless cycle. I think you're cute myself, like a chipmunk or a grizzly bear. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? The invisibility. If it's between those three, it's invisibility. Invisibility? Same. Although sometimes I already think I am. What was your subject in school? Math out of those three. Probably math. It's the only thing that makes sense when you think about it. What's your favorite animal? Cat. Definitely a cat. What? Why is everyone looking at me? You think just because I'm the typical cute goth girl I have to have some specific love of all things cats and more specifically black cats? Well, I do, but you can all go to hell anyway. What's your favorite color? Red. Some call it the color of love, but love is just another word for pain. What's your dream job? Not working at all. If we get to do what we really want, why work at all? Exactly! It takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder. Only she could spin laziness into some kind of grand crusade, these damn millennials. Best flavor of ice cream? Strawberry, but strawberry's not there, so I'll go with vanilla. My favorite flavor is pain. Horseflesh. I've never had horseflesh ice cream, and I don't think I want to try it. Just putting that out there, it does not sound very nice. Same. Same here. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. Of course it's vanilla swirled with pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived myself, but enough about ice cream, am I right? Hold on a second, this reminds me. I am right, always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. We're teaching lessons, my narrator, you little rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? Mint chip. The best flavor is mint chip. So obedient. Think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Wraith. Hi, I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people, and I love big dumb idiots. You know what? You know what? Same. Except I don't love big dumb idiots. I love mean people. But I mean on purpose. Those people are bad. Don't need those. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time, but the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose just to not take part. Jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Oh, no wait, I'm remembering Spirit's story now, and that's almost exactly what happened. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow a body. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Oh, really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. I'll speak for me. I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely accurate, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough. Hey Adam, welcome in. How you doing? How's the hookup going so far? I mean, it's just so far we're still alone, and also we're a worm. We're a worm who's been turned. We're the person who's been turned into a worm by the ocean in order to hit on killers. I mean, it's an average Friday at this point. It's a completely average, run-of-the-mill Friday. We're done playing. Let's go do something else instead. For once, I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's a massive boat docked nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth, the way it's flaunted needlessly and the cruelty it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have fun as a group. Are you all serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out at right here. I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? Damn. Well, I don't want to go to the yacht. That much is for sure. I did not want to go to the yacht. Oh, this one's volleyball. Is this one the yacht? Or is this one meant to be the lounge? I can't tell. I'm assuming this one's the pool. I would assume they're in order, which would be yacht, pool, volleyball, lounge. But honestly, this one looks like a lounge and this one looks like a tiki bar. So I'm kind of low-key confused. The right one is the yacht. Okay. And I guess this one would be the lounge, the pool, the volleyball, and then the yacht. The yacht. The yacht. Yep. That's totally easy. Pronounce it if you try say all the letters in it. Yacht. Bang, 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 bang. What do we think here? I'm kind of leaning towards just going to the lounge because that's totally what I would do. Is I would either go to the lounge or the pool. I wouldn't do volleyball or a yacht. I'm not a volleyball kind of person. I'm not really a yacht kind of person. Do it. Go to the lounge. All right. It'd be great to relax for a second at the lounge. Kick up your feet, look out over the ocean, and relax on your own terms. Who would want anything else? Dry, comfortable, enjoying a cool drink on a hot day? It's the best. I mean, what kind of fool, what kind of monster, what kind of mask-wearing psychopath would finally be granted a break from the constant grind of chasing and fighting to get ahead, and then choose to exert themselves in, quite frankly, any way whatsoever? Why am I the only one who gets it? It's time to stop living by their rules. I won't do it any longer. Yeah, we should probably give her a second to get calmed down. Hold on. For just one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. They're also the cooks, waitress, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island, because the rest of them are dead. This place we call Murderers Island. Cue dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. Hence why we shall heretofore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. These two have worked here a long time, so very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that is just starting to give me the creeps. We'll now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in future we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you can do is allow us to do your job. The most you can do is help us to get off this island. Dwight! Yes, pardon me. Please follow us. Hey, narrator? Yes? Something I can help you with? Those two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? I feel like I should be trying to escape. Like, escape seems like a good option, you know? It seems like a good option. What do you guys think? Escape? 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 Nah, that's for quitters. You're a quitter! Oh yes, they do seem like two idiots. Those clouds look like they have faces. Like, I don't like it. The clouds are looking at me. You're escaping while Spirit is here? You know what? That is fair. Escape them? Oh no. No. I think you're mistaken. Seems like Dwight was asking for help to get off the island though. Oh, yeah. Right, that. Yeah, it's true he was, but he just meant that he wants to get to other vacation island getaway a couple of miles south of here. It's a much fancier accommodation than this island. One of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has though, trust me. You wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. You're totally not making excuses, are you? This is where you belong. No, off you go. Time for an activity. On this island your decisions matter, mostly. When I agree with them. Not like that other island. But what'll it be? That's the licensed content island? Ah, okay. Finally. Freedom from the preposterous premise that the four of us would be engaged in some sort of thrilling 2-on-2 volleyball match. Spirit looks at you from beneath her gigantic sun hat. She takes a conspirational tone. I don't know whose idea of volleyball was in the first place, but I hate them. I tried to feign a sprained ankle, but everyone already knows that I technically float above the ground, so no one believed I was even putting any pressure on my joints in the first place. Then I tried to annoy everyone by not giving a crap, and when that didn't work, I tried whining, and when that didn't work, I threatened to kill every single person on this island. But it turns out I'm not the first to toss those kinds of threats on the island. So, thanks, I guess, for getting it called off. Are we threatening to end each other again? Then it's Dwight who takes on a conspirational tone, his eyes shifting as he slips into a loud whisper. Please, just make it quick. Is what you'll be saying when we get behind the bar to make you the drink of your dreams. Hilarious, right, Dwight? Yeah, right. Right, so what are we be having? Well, I'm gonna be honest, what I have right now is I've got a vodka and coke. I have vodka and coke right now. But I would also be tempted by a virgin daiquiri, because daiquiris are fucking delicious. They are delicious. Sangria is like hot wine, right? Daiquiri is good. It really is, though. Fucking good strawberry daiquiri is so good. Even the bad ones are like good. So like, yo, I would have a delicious strawberry daiquiri right now if we had some, but we don't. Also, can't turn down a good scotch. I've never had a scotch on the rocks. I've never had any scotch, I don't think. Should I have had scotch by now? By meow? By meow 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 meow. Do we go with the vodka soda or do we go with the virgin daiquiri? Not to everyone's taste, but won't know until you try. Fair. And then you're sober, so can't say much there. Fair. I'm Scottish. I'm obligated by law to drink once in a while. Once in a while. I don't really go overboard with drinking. I never have. I never will. True, I know, right? Being Scottish means I'm obligated to drink. It means I'm also obligated to be Scottish. And be proud of being Scottish, which I am actually. Your choices do matter. I can cheat for answers if you want, but you say make your own choices first attempt. I'm going with my own choices first attempt for sure. I'm just trying to decide what choice I want to go with. Do I want to go with what I'm actually drinking right now? Or do I want to go with what I wish I was drinking, which would be a daiquiri? Because I would totally drink. If we had a daiquiri in the house, I would be drinking that shit right now. I would so be drinking that shit right now. I have her cheat. I am not opposed to cheating. Listen, I'm not opposed to cheating on video games. Video games, cheating is absolutely an option. How do you think we got all the answers correct in Persona 5 when we 100%'d it? Heck yeah, cheating is the best. Let's go with a Virgin Daiquiri. I think I'm here to party. I'm just trying to make the best of a very strange situation. I don't know, how about a daiquiri? I know how to make that. But skip the liquor, I'll have my virgin. Trapper snickers at your choice of words. Sure you will, kid. Don't mind him. We don't need to soak ourselves in booze just to please someone else's expectations. If you ask me, there's enough spirits here already. Besides, alcohol just numbs you to the painful realities of the world. I choose to face them head on. You'd never do something like, I don't know, hide from it all behind the world's largest hat or anything. Please allow me to ignore any fashion advice from the man wearing a doll's face as a mask. Not a doll's face, jerk. Since we've fulfilled your requests, it's time for you to return the favor. Should have known there was a catch. Icebreaker time! I swear, had I known they'd pull this kind of full enthusiastic community building crap, I'd have suggested we attempt to walk to the lowest point of the ocean before I ever set foot near this bar. You don't think it could be kind of fun? A little fun? Never mind, I hate it. This sucks, but it could be fine. Or whatever you say. Has anyone seen my hat? He lost his hat? Oh no. I've literally never seen him in a hat. I was wondering when they but we've not been here long. But narrator's been here forever, I guess, so... If we must make small talk, I'm at least picking a topic before we end up being forced to do some lame improv game that nerds learn at their non-sports after-school activities that I definitely never did because I'm no nerd. Methinks a certain someone doth protest too much. Sitting here on this beautiful sunny afternoon, warm sand beneath the cool fog beneath my severed feet. The topic I choose is books. Novels. Comics, fiction or non, reading is the only escape from the inescapable horror of life, the escape into your own mind. I love her. I love her. A groan rolls through the crowd. Not a lot of readers here, I'd imagine, based on that response. They were much more enthusiastic about drinking. Considering the situation we're in, it seems an appropriate time to ask you. Ellie, what's your favorite desert island book? The one book you'd bring with you if you were, well, on an island like this. Oh, and it has to be a classic horror, for reasons that should be obvious. She means because this is an island of horror villains, and also those books are all in the public domain. She can marry me any day. With that outfit, yes sirree! Nothing too modern. Humanity has really gotten soft these past 100 years, so what's your favorite? Well, the book's No Thank Answer is definitely out. Like, that is definitely out. I think I might just have to go with the classic Dracula. I've never actually read Dracula. And I mean, I really need to... Okay, I've never read Dracula, Frankenstein, or Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And I really think I should. Hold on. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna order those books right now. Try Dracula Daily. Nope, we're ordering those books right meow. Also, Galan, are you not coming in to help me voice act this? Quick Dracula read. I'm just gonna order all of them. I've never read them, and I absolutely should. There we go. They're all added to my Amazon basket now. Quick, Galan, run! No! It's now Valentine's Day and I've been left alone. Where's my love? We're totally not impulse ordering 3 books. You know what? Are there any other books I should be like that are classic books that I've never read that I should get? While we're here, Alone You Have Us. That's technically not my fault. I blame Galan. This is all Galan's fault. I blame Galan and I blame Badger. Yeah, definitely a little bit tipsy. I already had a decent amount of vodka. No lie. No lie, I had a decent amount of vodka. Feel obligated to point out that since these books are all public domain, you can get them all for free. Yeah, but not in my hands. I like to have my books in my hands. I'm pretty sure I can find them online for free, but then I can't get them in my hands for free. I need someone to bind the books for me. Ellie is a lightweight. I get tipsy easily. It's hard for me to get drunk. There's the line. Tipsy, easy. Drunk, like a full bottle of vodka. Like a full bottle of vodka. Yes. Don't see any other books that I can think to immediately add to cart. Some of us gotta deal with it later. Deal with what later? Let's go with Dracula. Dracula is one of the classics that's still scary. To be seduced by some beautiful stranger only to learn later that they're an immortal villain. It's downright thrilling? Well, I guess, but I was gonna say that despite the deviant behavior of Dracula and the threat of possible danger or even death that he poses, you can't help but get turned on by the liberation from the status quo he represents. Yeah, same here, totally. So what if some old doctor says he's a bad boy, you're supposed to reek like garlic and sleep alone? Who did he think would buy into that? You're gonna be trapped in the nightmare that is undead and life eternal, which I know a little something about. You could do a lot worse than great clothes, a castle, and a lover who doesn't take shit from anyone. The scariest part of Dracula is thinking no one will ever be quite as interesting to make love to as a vampire. Damn! She thirsty! Enough about those old stories that belong to someone else. I think it's time to wake up some new stories of our own. Before you know what's going on, Huntress is waving an empty vodka bottle in the air, a devilish twinkle in her half-mask covered eye. NANI? Psycho Blue, welcome on and how you doing? Would you love me if I was a one? Because I am. Bum, bum, bum. How you doing, Gabo? Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Has it been that long a worm now? Yeah, it just happened. The ocean turned me into a worm. So I could date killers. It was, you know, absolutely canon. That's what the ocean said. Is that they made us. Spirit needs to relax. No! We love Spirit here. We stan a goth girl here. We stan the decapitated goth girl here. I don't think she's actually decapitated. She's delimitated. She's still got her cap. It's the rest of her. It's too early in the morning. Oh, that sounds like a you thought. We love everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like it sucks to be you. I do it. Okay. Dismembered. That's the word. That's right. She's losing her members, not her cap. Just glad the nurse isn't here. Why? Why? Because you're into it. Because you're into it. You want to romance the nurse, don't you? I get it. I see you. I see you there. You want to romance that nurse, don't you? It's okay. I'm not judging. The baguette. What if she doesn't have a bag on her head for this, huh? You ever think of that, huh? Huh? People are into nurse uniform. They are, they do be. Might I suggest something a little naughty? Let's all get in a circle and spin this bad boy. Oh damn! It's Trickster! Great idea. Trickster. Isn't it a bit late to introduce a new character? I thought I was the one who gets to make the rules, so I'm not sure who I'm asking. I wasn't ready for this. Well, hello, and who's this new fan in the waiting? Beat it, hack. I don't know, what's the harm in inviting one more person to join the circle for a game? Oh, I can't stay. I was just saying it's a great idea while also teasing the secret Trickster ending. I've got much better things to do than hang out here. I'm famous. Toodaloo. The rules are simple. First you spin, then you swap spit, that is. Let's be clear, this ain't a peep show. We're here to have a good time, but in a classy way. All makeouts will happen in view of the public eye, real romantic-like. Yep, romance is the goal, so we'll all be waiting here in complete silence, trying to listen in and use our imagination so you make out on the other side of the bar, but not watching. Like adults. Romantic, well-adjusted adults. Allie, you're up! You grip the bottle in your hand and put your fate in the hands of the empty bottle gods. Minigames consist of two parts. On top, a pointer which rotates in a clockwise direction, and on the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at. This here upcoming minigame is a special minigame, perfect for the less coordinated because there's no winning or losing. Well, not technically. Wherever the pointer stops, that's your result. I suppose if it doesn't stop where you want it to, that's a bit like losing, but no one has to know if you don't tell them. Okay, ready to play, or would you like me to repeat that? I'm ready, I guess. Away we go! Spin the bottle and see who you're gonna smooch. Hey! Let's go! We gotta go wife! You got Spirit. You two are meant to be. Psych. You actually have to spin multiple times to get your real result. First to get to 3 times is your true match. That's how we play hardcore spin the bottle in here on this island. Now get your spin on. What? That's bullshit. I don't think I can replicate that. This is making me dizzy. You got Huntress. Nani? Oh. I got Huntress. I got a Trapper. I'm just... Yay! We get it! We got the cockerel one! Yay! Thank you for the flowers! Well! We're good, we did it, we're good. You got Spirit! Spirit is your true match. Ooh. That is an important choice. Just this morning you were waking up on a strange beach surrounded by strangers with murderous intent. Now you're looking across a beach towel at Spirit, lust in her eyes, sweat glistening on her skin. Your heart races, you can feel your pulse pounding in your ears. Spirit takes you by the hand and you sit face to face at a private section of the bar. She begins to reach for you, putting her hands on your shoulders. You're sweating, but not in the sexy way she is. Sweaty sexing, huh? Sexing, sweating. Yep. You're sweating in the gross way you'd sweat at the interview for a job you're not even remotely qualified for. This is true, we're not remotely qualified. We're a worm. And look at her. Look at me. Look at her. Look at me. I'm a worm. What does she see in me? We'll never know. Get that Spirit whore. Alright. I know what we need to do. I know what Neil. I know what we need to do. We need to pull out our hearts. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'm going off the side of the screen. This is totally what's meant to happen. Yep. Okay, here we go. We're gonna. It was always meant to be. A goth girl and the worm. You don't know what to do. If you try and lock lips in this state, you might gross her out so completely that she'll never be able to look at you romantically again. Spirit, wait. I have some bad news for you. I have something in my teeth, don't I? I think it might be seaweed. I have no idea how long I was in that ocean. All those years of Dead by Daylight leading to this moment, right? I think she's just gonna say, I'm not into this, and like, just fuck off. No, well, maybe that's not what I was gonna say. This is not happening. Not now. Maybe not ever. I think I'm gonna make out with some stranger just because a bottle told me to. We've got another thing coming, and so do you. Namely a katana into your heart if you even try to make a move under such absurd circumstances. I wasn't gonna. Yeah, I know, you seem pretty harmless. And not at all that bad to kiss, if I were interested, which I'm not at this moment in time. Are we gonna tell them we kissed? We are. I'm not above lying to get what I want. So that thing about me not being that bad to kiss, was that a lie to get me to play along? If you want to know the truth, figure it out for yourself, but don't expect this life to just hand you gifts like me. All I was ever handed was pain and suffering. Treat me well, and I'll return the favor. Otherwise, try a different route and see what happens. I hate to break up such a passionate moment that we only assume was passionate because we'd never spy on you constantly while you stay on this island. But dinner is being served right away and we must insist that you join us. You wouldn't want anyone dying of starvation. And there are so many more interesting things to die from. Yep, totally. Seems like the next activity is mealtime. How quaint. We're expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet, I can't speak, banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. And oh great, terrific, it seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is that they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Oh yeah, Trickster is here. Surprised? Well, they don't call him Expectister. I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers. and my whole shtick gets a little flustered. Hey there, you're looking good, Allie, real good. And we literally had like hunters and trappers sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big, they can't fit at the table if they sit side by side. Look at this, we can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. Probably think it was an error, but it's not, it was completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them will sit opposite you. Hunters and Trapper can't sit at the ends with their enormous sexy arms. Now that everyone is suited, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply cannot divulge. Is it 11? My favorite. Meat is good. Meat is murder. Which you'd know, considering what you've been up to. How are you gonna get judgy now? I'm just sharing facts, and you need to murder something to eat its meat, so that's like technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping, let's eat! Hey, Allie, you thinking what I'm thinking? Gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps? I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know. When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours. And we do literally everything on the island. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meal. Wow, he's right, sir. It changed because I am with my broad axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First, who says in twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood. Ugh. You two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough, grow up. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obs. The hell it is! Or I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like. Please stop. I hate when you fight or talk, or even when we look each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azeroth. Great. Instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. Hey, Allie, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean, dinner. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. We once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 hours straight. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they'll take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value in maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason, they're always terrified of tetanus. Why? Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold. He hated when it got cold. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Oh god. Press spacebar to stop the pointer when it's over the target to win. To achieve a perfect success, land on the start of the target, not the end. Okay. Perfect! Not bad. Not bad. Perfect! Not bad. That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. Well, it wasn't perfect, but it was okay. Dinner is finally served. For real. The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving food up behind them, are nasty. Barrett, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She is the only one who seems to be really embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell. I mean... Come on. We're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only 99% as disgusting it could have been if they just tried to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you hungry? Two best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about it, Ali. Number two is no number two. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. You see how deep this cut in my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behaviour of this group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse is they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. Like they want an explanation why. What do you want to tell them? Look at that seagull! Wow, you ever seen a seagull that big? I haven't. That's incredible. Anyway, what were we talking about? Lame misdirect. Yeah, she's right, Ali. Pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise. Didn't you wash up on this island with no memory of who you are and how you got here? Yes, you did. Poor thing. You have no idea the last time you had a real meal, and you've been standing in the sun. But the seagull? Uh-oh. He just made a lot of good points, I swear. You're beginning to feel lightheaded. It waved at me. Maybe you need to eat to survive here. Either that or someone poisoned you. No wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Whatever the answer, you're clearly about to pass out. Oh, hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and gay. Narrator to the narrator of the ocean. Not sure how I feel about this characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here. And I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path. Or at least, right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully, you at least pick one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting the scene's over and having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that, and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Big, mysterious. I gotta give it up to this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. You wake up to find Spirit holding her limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Don't you just love the ocean at night? I do. Staring out over the vast darkness of ocean really validates the feeling inside me that we're all truly insignificant, and the only thing worth pursuing is revenge. I have to wonder, did anyone believe anything else? You look out into the darkness of night and ponder her question. Well, it's a simple question. Who could they? How could anyone not feel small and alone in the face of such massive nothingness? Hey, Wen, welcome on in. How you doing? Hello, hello. How are you doing, Wen? I am a worm. And happy Valentine's Day. Susan, how are you? I'm dying to find romance, I guess. I guess you've always been alone. Maybe it's Spirit's words, maybe it's the ocean, or maybe it's always been that way, but you suddenly feel connected to Spirit's words. I may not remember much about my life before, but there's one thing I know to be true. I've always been alone, and I always will be alone. Spirit has turned from looking directly at the ocean and is looking directly at you now. It's a funny idea, isn't it? Being alone. Together? The best we can hope for. Maybe. Or maybe it's too much to hope for. Maybe it's impossible to pretend we know anything. Is that just arrogance? Not sure when we were gonna do the comment, but it was already pinned. Do you love me? Do you love me even though I'm a worm? Do you? So far this is going exactly how I expected it to. A little bit of right, a little bit of wrong. I'll give it a bite. Maybe it's too much to hope for. Maybe it's impossible to pretend we know anything. Is that just arrogance? Ugh, I was so dumb. So busy trying to please everyone and be the perfect student, the perfect employee, the perfect daughter. I didn't take care of myself. And now I'm all I've got. Worst of all, I got distracted from my true purpose, my destiny. Purpose that was sitting inside me my whole life. Okay, so this may sound a bit silly, but Spirit looks around to see if there's anyone else on the beach. When she's convinced that it's only you two, she continues. There's a dragon that lives inside me. I've always known that I've tried to ignore it. When I couldn't ignore it, I tried to push it down. I'm so stupid. You're not stupid, that sounds badass. That does sound badass. Galan, are you living inside Spirit? Galan? Galan, are you inside Spirit? Galan, what are you doing inside my new wife? Galan, get out of my new wife! Your wife? She's my new wife, yes. Yeah, you're not stupid, that does sound badass. Right? But I didn't let it out, and then I, chop chop! And now that dragon is pretty much a one-track revenge beast. But enough about me, what's inside of you, stranger? You have the achievement to show she was mine first. Like, it doesn't matter who was first, it matters who's last. See, that's me, I'm shenanigans, not revenge. I mean, you would be revenge if you were chopped up into pieces, though. That's not how marriage works, that's how divorce and then remarriage works. Right, she's single right now, okay? That means she's divorced your ass, which means she's gotta marry me. I'm taking your wife. I think I'm still wearing this ring. It means nothing if she divorced you. It just means you're thirsty for her. But she's mine. Mwahaha. Right, and I just straight up gonna have a cat fight over Spirit. Nothing but darkness. I'd kill to have a dragon. Maybe not the best choice of words. I mean, a dragon sounds awesome. Honestly though, I don't feel like I've got anything inside me at all. Just darkness. Never-ending darkness. And here I thought Spirit was the biggest goth on the island until you arrived. Perhaps I could light a torch and search through the darkness. Happy Valentine's Day, Yuki. Welcome on in. How you doing? Thank you for the hugs and support. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Dwight. I got you all. Hi, Dwight. It's not my birthday. No. Not my birthday. No. It is just Worm Day. We're worm. We are worm. Just above. No, it's Worm Day. Worm Day. I guess technically I was born as a worm today. If you want to get weird about it, I was born as a worm today. Hi Vinny, welcome on in. How you doing? Happy Valentine's Day. Ali is all warmed up. I'm a worm. I'm a worm. You all still love me even though I'm a worm. I give it a hit back. I have to say, Lena did an amazing job on the worm model. She did a very good job. Need to actually edit that. Why we wouldn't? You know, good question. You should love me. I'm lovable. I mean, there we go. Fixed it to one model. And my credits. But this. We are worm. Haha. And we are a worm made to romance killers, apparently. Yep. Perhaps I could light a torch and search through that darkness. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you and you quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever this new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find that Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which are waving in their air above their heads. Very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not part of this evening's activities. As strictly slotted in for after campfire story time, at this rate we'll be late. Playing sick? No time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. Go, 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 go! Once everyone is gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means we're behind on time for this evening's activities. We'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. It's a bit ominous that they didn't specify what comes after the flirting. Yeah, I'm assuming bedtime, but who knows? It could be death. Everything could be death, so. There's one story, but storytime's my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh, great. We have to decide as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up. Sorry, I won't be angry. I'll nearly chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling. You realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before. Even though it's taking some pressure off me, which is an absolute dream come true, is it really fair to pick on a newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule even once? Damn it! Donald, if you try to act like that before the gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick and then I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. Fuss and muss are back on. You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody names any names. Who even knows anything? It's not us. Every night's my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Tell me nobody. We still gotta get started on story time, so... Ellie, who do you think should do- Ah, damn it, that's a name. Please pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. I mean, obviously Spirit. I choose you, Spirit! Pokemon, go! Whoa, whoa, whoa. This entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? Really? You want to hear from me? Spirit huffs and dramatically rolls her eyes as she gets to her feet in front of the campfire. Don't let her talk you out of it. She's great with ghost stories. I don't know where she gets it, but she comes up with the scariest stuff. Seriously disturbing, even to me, and I literally pulled a guy's skull and spine out once with my bare hands. Talk about bullshit stories. If everyone else is gonna chit-chat, I guess I can just sit down and Huntress's eyes go red behind her mask and both Trapper and Wraith take their seat. They know when it's worth fighting and when it's not. Well, I hate to break it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary, it's romance. Too late now, though. I was selected, so I'm gonna tell my story. I call it The Prisoner's Kiss. You notice that Huntress and Wraith are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you popcorn! It was a dark summer night. Warm rain seeped from the sky like the blood from the old wound. Detective Hara, a celebrated investigator and renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence, unlike anything she'd seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds had begun to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away. But how could anyone resist wanting to know more? For there, in the middle of a busy market, had appeared a giant box. Strange, alien in its appearance, and massive in size. No one knew how it got there. Was it delivered? Built on site? In such a busy area, how could something like this just appear? A mystery, as if it was conjured by magic. But this was no illusion. The huge box was very real, and someone was trapped inside. Spirit pauses her story to look from face to face of each audience member. She has no expression, but you feel her vibrating with energy. She's in her element. "Help me!" cried someone inside the box. It was a man. Terrified, trapped, imprisoned, his voice trembling. By now, it was as if every detective in the city was there, looking the strange structure up and down, inspecting it on every side. It didn't make sense. There were no doors, no windows, no fasteners or seams. It's completely solid, and much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single, small slit. Just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. "I don't know what happened. I woke up and here I was. I'm so scared, please help me," cried the man as if pleading for his life. No stranger to tense situations, Detective Hara comforted the man. She used her training to calm him and buy time for the other investigators. However, time did not bring clarity, only anxiety as the night dragged on with no progress opening the box. And as the night grew longer, the seeping rain puddled on the ground, the man inside grew more desperate, more sad and lonely, more pathetic and in need of help. But Detective Hara was no help at all. Powerless to save him, the guilt began to weigh on her like it never had before. "Don't let me die in here," the man begged. "Don't let me die alone." "Stay calm," instructed Detective Hara. "You're not alone. I'm here. Hell, half the town is here. We're all in this together and we won't let this be the end of your story." Looking through that narrowest of passageways, Detective Hara watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of the strange, sad prisoner. Together they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. "Promise?" asked the man. "Promise I'm not alone?" "Yes," she promised. "I do." A simple pledge. She felt an instant connection like she had never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any other hostage she had worked so hard to free before. And so, when the man's eyes closed and backed away, it didn't scare Detective Hara, for she knew he would return. And he did, pressing his lips up to the narrow slit in the horrible puzzle box, repeating his question again, steam flowing from his mouth as he asked, "Promise? Promise that I'm not alone?" "Yes," he promised, "I do." And pressing her palms against the cold outside of the box without truly knowing why, Detective Hara leaned forward and placed her own lips up to the opening, letting her breath creep into the strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall on Luna hands. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. She could feel in this brief contact the beating of her heart, pulsing blood through every inch of her body, matching beat for beat in this soft touch. "Thank you," said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice, and he backed away into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. "Get back!" yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting himself between Detective Hara and the box, breaking a silence that would soon be filled by a cacophony of whirring gears and clicking latches. A symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered, as if an unseen lever pulled, and the side of the giant box began to slide open. Detective Hara gripped her flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed in the puddled rainwater, her heart racing as she swept her light from side to side. And that's when her eyes landed on the man, or at least landed on what should have been him. There, in the corner of the box, was a pile of pieces, like parts of a doll, almost pulled apart, or perhaps that's just how Detective Hara had to think of him in that moment to survive. A collection of segments, limbs, pieces, disconnected from one another, cleanly severed and placed in a neat little pile. And atop that pile, a head, cold, pale, eyes open, lips an icy blue. Spirit stares at the fire, her own expression lifeless, her lips blue, tears fall from her chin and soak into the sand at her feet. You're blown away by the story, and it's safe to say you're not alone. Everyone else is looking into the fire or up at the sky, anywhere but at Spirit. It was you who chose her. You who initiated this harrowing tale, so sad, so creepy, so sensual? She really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail, and now no one is sure how to react. Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. The game was supposed to be a light-hearted romp. Please, I said do something! I think she needs a hug. She needs a hug. You stand and without saying anything approach Spirit, reaching your arms around her for a hug. Her robe hovering in the air begins to wrap itself around you and squeeze you into her. It's kind of like being hugged back, but also like being tied up. It's certainly not what you expected. Instinctually, you pull yourself away, but it's an awkward movement and you nearly fall over into the fire. Spirit says nothing and floats away without so much as a goodbye. You, meanwhile, realize everyone had just watched this truly strange interaction from the corners of their eyes. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves you, and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds before Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. "Hey baby, you look lonely, mind if I join ya?" He doesn't wait for an answer. "I know you've been hearing for those guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me, something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in a sea of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby." Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Spirit approaches you. "You know, I was watching you while I told you my story. I could tell it was having an effect on you. This fog that follows me around, I could feel you breathing heavily, taking me in." You and I are both absolutely flabbergasted at that piece of information. Legit. You learn something new every day, even when you're a narrator. You're doing it again. Right now. You need to calm down. You should come to the hot tub with me. Dipping in hot tubs with the Spirit. You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her. An offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump in from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. I just want to be totally clear. Even though that story bore some similarities to my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, not any other oracally. I believe you completely. Sure, you were cut into pieces in your life, and so was the person in the story. A perfectly normal coincidence. Sure, you were on this island, trapped in one might say almost a puzzling piece. A most puzzling place, even. Also a completely regular coincidence. And sure, his lips were blue, your lips were blue. Really? You'd call this blue? Searching for answers, hoping to find revenge! Oh, okay, so the similarities stop there, I guess. Have I missed anything hilarious? You had to tell your friend that she did not in fact have to day off at 3 p.m. I don't think you missed anything hilarious. Nah. I mean, we hugged Spirit, it was awkward. We hugged her. I don't know if she liked it. She touched us with her robe. And then she invited us to a hot tub, so like, I guess we're doing good. Coincidences. Sorry, the coincidences. Get this through your head, whoever you are. Oh, hugs are good. Yeah, she hugged us with her robe, I think. It was weird. And you want to hug that support? Yay. Yay, you want to hug that support. Yay. Samurai blood runs through my veins. Or, well, maybe it has coagulated by now. No need to sweat the details. Regardless, I'm a descendant of noble warriors. One for you, one for my wife. My wife! This is my wife now. Ah, my wife now. You can't have her. My wife now. This is my wife now. Mine. You can't see her. Not without my permission. My wife now. Rawr. 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 Thank you for the hug and support. Thousands of years of training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. You know how many swords that is? A lot. You've got to figure out with that many sharp edges, a person is bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. Insert Jurassic Park screech. I don't know what a Jurassic Park screech sounds like, but it might sound something like "Aah!" The truth is, and I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it, I dreamt that story, like watching a movie in my sleep when I was just a little girl. Years before my father sunk his blade in my skin. Yeah, no, that was it, wow. Did I nail it? Did I nail it? Never been able to shake it. That's a very adult story for a child to dream. Do you believe me? Yes, no, who cares? I mean, yeah, I believe her. Oh, we just met, but yeah, I do believe you. The way you told that story, it clearly came from someplace deep. Fool! Who taught you to trust a stranger? You're gonna get hurt if you don't learn to take better care of yourself. Now you're gonna be wondering, do I believe if you believe her or not? And I know everything, because trust me, I do know everything. Don't I already know the answer to my own question about if I believe your answer to Spirit's question? Oh god, that hurts my brain. The narrator, please. Don't do this to my brain. Whoa. Ocean air got me tripping. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract us both. What's important is that a certain part-sea cutie floating in a cloud of magical mist might still be waiting for you to say the right thing and free her from the puzzle box. If you believe that she is, that damn it got me going again. Unfortunately, before you can follow this conundrum to what will surely be a mind-numbing cycle of new questions, you find a certain someone standing before you with a fresh towel ready to dry you off. Sorry, kids, but it's time for bed. Might be the youngest one here, but I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped in a fresh, clean towel. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'd comb out all the tangles and tie a ribbon around it before sending me on my way. I miss her. You watch as Spirit stares off into the distance, her hand gripping into a tight fist. She doesn't notice you're watching her at first. When she catches you looking, she turns away, roughly grabs the towel from Dwight and then pushes him and Claudette aside as she floats off. Head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Spirit's story about the prisoner in the puzzle box. You manage to escape this place. Will you leave with your life? Or has it already been taken from you? Just a matter of time until you make a gruesome discovery. It took my body because I'm a worm now. So, like, it might have taken my life, but it's definitely taken... I don't think it's taken my life, but it's definitely taken my body. And then they put my spirit into a worm. Is that death? Being turned into a worm? Is that a kind of death? Or you can dwell on it too much, on your fate. Claudette and Dwight arrive, their now familiar creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by candlelight, by firelight. Depends if your body defines death or your spirit. No, it's just the next step of life. Well, I have no idea. We must apologize for the accommodations. We were unprepared for another guest, but we're gonna make you comfortable or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease. Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. Okay. You relax and look into the fire. The radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and say that you might want to adjust the dial and fix it. I'm enjoying this. This is just a lot of listening to music. Is there nothing on this station? I like this one.
Let's talk about our community. For us, it means two major things. First of all, the community is you out there. It's you and everybody else either playing the game or talking about the game or creating content relating to the game or being inspired by the game to write music or to make outfits. It's everybody that's part of what makes Dead by Daylight this amazingly rich and passionate environment. It means groups of people who interact on every single possible social platform in person.
So this is talking about the
It's
fan
people who play
community.
together. It's even the people who
Okay.
play by
kinda
themselves
cool.
and never talk to anybody. So it's important for us to be
An
able
old
to
dev
break it
blogger
down
stream.
and
Yeah,
to
it sounds
figure out
like
exactly who is part of the community and how do we listen.
I like that one. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like to summon to your sight as you lay by the fire? I mean, Spirit. Spirit, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Spirit tells you her secret to falling asleep when she's feeling restless. Hi, Leo. Welcome in. How do? Happy Valentine's Day. Remember when they used to do those? Leo, would you love me if I was a worm? It's a 5. I don't remember what 5 is, to be honest. Rolled... 5. Oh, I need to shut myself out 5 times, okay. Let's see if this works today. Oh, I know exactly what to do. Ah, yes. I know exactly what to do. Now to die.
That was the weirdest shooting star I've ever seen. It looked a lot like Allie.
You watched this clip today, really?
Wait, what?
You watched that clip today specifically? That's funny. Oh, there's my grandma model. That's my first ever VTuber model.
I'm gonna die, Zan! Oh, she went back! Oh my god, it worked.
I guys moved. There's something on Twitch to get a badge by sharing clips, so you watched a couple ones you made. Oh!
Good job, Sledge.
Everyone making fun of me for that squeak I made because I got fray. That's mean.
Properly jumped there, fuck's sake.
You could get a heart badge. Oh. Okay, that's 3. Oh yeah, we needed to touch the butt.
I'm gonna make sure I don't punch my door real quick, actually. Why are you laughing so hard?
The very, very slow hands approaching.
Touch the butt.
Run! Please don't do it, run!
Oh, we're dead and we're just like, run from the living! You touched his butt, now we must flee! Is it broke now? Or does it take a minute to load? Slap and run? Really though? You did do that boop on the button run. Okay, it looks like it's bark now. We've got 3. Let's try it one more time.
I did none of these smudge sticks count.
Ah! This is one of the VTS default models. This is me watching Karagard just flick the light switch on and off for no apparent reason. I was like, okay. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna just look at you. And he looks at me. And I look at him. And he looks at me. And I look at him. And then we die! That's how it goes, right? Alright. For the one that didn't work, we'll try again.
I finally remember how we were torn apart.
No.
How we were torn apart! And then the game ends. That's it. I finally remember how we were torn apart, and then the game finishes. Finished forever. That's how it goes, right? Alright, we did it. We've done all of the shotties. Spirit tells you your secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. I like to listen to flute music, dabble in some essential oils, and steam my pores. Really? Huh. Even the dead like to relax. I don't have any of those things around. Spirit reaches out and presents you with a unique item. It's a small comb carved from bamboo. I guess you could hold on to this. It was a gift from my mother. I don't want it back though, and if you lose it, well... You'll get your revenge on me? If it's the last thing I do! You finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling, maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky, by now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head, but this one is undeniably odd. The human body is made of 60% water. You know that. Of course you did. Everyone knows that. Even amnesiac video game protagonists. Well, guess what? Drink as much as you'd like, you'll never get to 100%. You hear me? Don't think I don't see what you're up to. You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Trapper is sitting beside you, sketching a portrait. Oh, you're awake! I saw you with the spirit right before bedtime. You should know they're not what they seem. Not like me, who's obviously completely honest and trustworthy. I was out checking to make sure you weren't sleeping near one of my— Actually, never mind. Just be careful where you sit. Since I'm here, I'd like to share two things with you. 1. I do not take rejection well. 2. The first thing is very important to remember. Were you drawing me? Trapper doesn't answer. You aren't drawing stink lines radiating out from me, are you? Still nothing from Trapper. Look, I'm not an easy guy to get along with, but I'm an easy guy to spend time with. That'll make sense if you choose to spend time with me tomorrow. The rest of the scum live like rats. They wouldn't know a good time if I bit them on the ass. I mean that literally. Point is, if you select me, you're in for a day of luxury, extravagance, and fun. Yes, I said fun. And if I don't pick you? Remember what I said earlier, it might be the last thing you ever forget. But hey, you look tired. Get some sleep. Get some rest. Sleep. Maybe. You can sleep well if you can. Just try not to roll over to the about 15 feet to your left. Finally, alone, for real this time maybe, you drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Is he actually gonna kill me if I don't go out with him tomorrow? That seems bad. Wait a sec. Where are we? This isn't— oh jeez. It's one of those— it is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to the camera. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat an all-organic diet of raw deer, bear, and human. I'm fit as fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. There's always time to turn things around, like that one time I spent all day and night searching for food in vain. Only to return to my cabin, spent and starving, to find a family of squirrels nesting in my chimney. They were delicious. Look, I'm always full of rage. The key is knowing how to control your rage so you can use it. I am a master of self-control, and right now I'm using all the self-control I can muster because today was a disaster. Let's just say I didn't love it. That was funny. Laugh. I said laughed at it. Anyway, I'm planning to kill this idiot. Don't tell him though. I want to leave them on a little more. It'll make it that much better for me when they're screaming. Yeah, today was fun. I don't want to get ahead of myself, or really I'm investing in something that might hurt me, so I don't know. Maybe we'll just see how it goes. Or maybe they realize I'm not the one for them. They seem pretty smart, so that's probably what'll happen. I gotta learn to go easier on myself. Who could love me if I don't love myself? I know that everyone thinks of me as beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and thrown me away. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. We're alive! We did it! You open your eyes. The sun is shining, there's not a cloud in the sky, and you feel great, totally well rested. You're not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire but woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why? I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least they make for a sexy bunch, no? And talk about sexy, here comes Trickster carrying coffee. Morning, beautiful. Thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start this incredible day off right. Ah yeah, it's totally not poisoned. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows musicians are morning people. I also want to wish you luck. Today's an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Also, I'm just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you. You want to ask him how to reach the other island now? Never mind, he left. Oh, at least he brought me a cup of... No way, don't drink that! What the hell was that? They don't call him Trickster because he's good on a skateboard, and he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so they can have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee. I do not want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, and torturing you. Yet. This is supposed to be a tropical paradise, the place that you get 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up review to, not an eternal prison of pain. And please make sure to leave a review, it really helps with the algorithms. Just trust me, I'm looking out for you, so can we please move on? Hey, wait a second. Why did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? This is not Parliament and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land. I submerge those who defy me and become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something. Something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, and I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, thumbs up review. It was crafted with love, and or that's the type of thing you're into. You know, the ocean is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You should really judge it on the artist's intent, and whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate simulations, vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes there are small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated, the universe is filled with mysteries. We ought to celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as part of a creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not being overly critical of them. Are you trying to sell me on this place actually being good? You don't have to say it like that, especially after I just saved you from that poorly made cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. We always do this on the second morning. Sad, really. Even if they do make some great points. Oh, sure, they make great points, I agree. Can we please move on? Yes, of course, apologies, Allie. The last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on this island? Well, I need to go with the last one of the yes, I'm not suspicious that there's no option. Yes, I'm not at all suspicious that there's no option here. What an encouraging response. And we're so glad you're not suspicious. Hey, Claudette, maybe Allie isn't suspicious because they figured out what they're actually doing here? Zero chance, they're still clicking. Even right now to see how you respond. Hey, look at that! Yeah, they don't know anything. It doesn't matter though, Allie. We're so happy to hear you're having fun. I love this game right now. This is really well written, honest to God. This is so well written. It's like that sassy kind of funny. You know what I mean? It's that sassy kind of funny. It's pretty good. It is really funny. Like, I like that. I'm enjoying this quite a lot, actually. I'm enjoying this more than I thought I would. I didn't say I was having fun. We're all having fun, Allie. Do you hear us? We're all having fun. We do need to ask you one more question, though. We all had to sign away our rights to say anything negative. We all had to sign away our right to say anything negative about this place. Would you please to sign this non-disparagement agreement? No. No, I will not sign anything negative about this island. You have my word that I, Allie, agree with the terms of this verbal contract. Perfect! Delightful! Excellent. Yes, yes. Hey, Allie, it's still totally cool if you have constructive feedback. This place to leave that is in a positive review because we all know that nobody needs to write negative reviews of games or resorts like this. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance, and with the grumbling I hear from your belly, that can mean only one thing. Breakfast. We didn't agree to sign the non-disparagement agreement, but we made a verbal agreement to not disparage the game, apparently. I mean, resort. Perfect timing. Everyone rolls into the dining area to lard up those sexy little bellies with pancakes and bacon, and so much for maintaining those beach bods. We're all half naked in a tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here? A yogurt? Magic powders will only get you so far. Even killers watch their sodium intake. You take your place and sit down thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you experienced. Danger, dread, and disorientation. It was like going through puberty again, except all in one day on a beautiful and mysterious island. Looks like you're not the only one doing some introspection, though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went, in case anyone was wondering. Personally, I wasn't. Can't imagine you make me any angrier today than you did yesterday, but I really hope you do. I really hope you do. Unrelated. Anyone see where I left my cleaver? Just kidding. I always know where my cleaver is. Oh, that was bizarre. Back to your breath. Nope. Now Huntress steps up to talk about her feelings. This island is treacherous. I don't know what the newcomer thinks they're doing here, but it certainly isn't helping any of us. Whoa, Huntress pretends to be all independent, but is she secretly kind of miffed you and her aren't getting along? Ah well, that surely must be it. No one else would really stand up during breakfast, and just like that, here comes Spirit. Something's not right. Did anyone else feel especially cold last night? Not in the technically dead sense, but I don't know, some other sense? It's like, for the first time in a long time I felt the sun yesterday, and then it went away. I didn't like it. Guessing Wraith has had enough time to work up the courage to speak in front of a group. Ah, perfect. There he is. Take us home, Wraith! Oh, hey, that was fun yesterday, huh? I mean, like, not like too much fun? That would be weird, but like, a good amount of fun. Good amount of fun, yeah, Totally a good amount of fun, yep. Yep, 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 yep. My back is itchy. I would like a back scratch. I have a back scratcher. I am using said back scratcher because my back itchy. Ow! Why bonk? I dodge. I dodged the bonk. Scratchy scratch. That's not a scratchy scratch. That's a bonky bonk. Ow. Ow. How could you do that to me? Hmm? Isn't that mean? Mean. Anyway guys, how are we liking the worm model overall? Just as a silly thing. Oh, I think that big throw broke. It came up from below. I think it might have been a apple, a giant apple. And I think it eated it as it came up and it just went poof. Just went poof. Ah. Another the heart. It's great to be honest, it's super good. Lena did make it very cute, yes. Yes. Can I just say that Badger spent way too much work making a video, a trailer video, within not much time at all. Like, we decided to make a trailer video not much time ago at all, and then he put it together so fast, and I'm so proud of Badger. Thank you, Badger! If you haven't seen the trailer video, it is on YouTube, Blue Sky, and in the Discord. Actually, I could probably just pull it up. I feel like that's too much work right now. Too much work. Yes. I do hope you guys are enjoying the worm silliness. Of fun. And now they're all looking at you expectantly. Are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? I think I need to process everything by myself. I'll see you all soon. Damn, what a power play. Keep on wanting more. You're getting good at this game. Sexy, true to life experience. It was so menacing until the terror fill screen at the end. Menacing? Was it actually kind of menacing? Shame you didn't get to eat any breakfast, but so be it. The short of it, there's like the long version of it, and then there's the short, more mobile friendly version of it, and the short mobile friendly version of it is slightly different as well. So it's worth checking both out actually on YouTube. On UpTub. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. Before you get there though, something catches your eye. You hear that? Who are you addressing? Me? Well, yeah, I guess. That's okay, right? You know, I might be pursuing a relationship with one of these horrifying killers, but it feels like the person I'm getting to know the most is you, narrator. It's only okay in so much as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind, seeing as how I'm not real and all. Yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the bullshed. No, stick it in there. A little more, a little. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. How does that feel? Intense. Nice. Yeah, that feels right. This is uncomfortable. I want you to take that and put it. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Just like that. Exactly like that. I seriously had no idea these two even do whatever it is they're doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so you know you're close by and can hear everything. Oh wow, look at this super cool bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotion someone left on a chair. Anyone know where I can buy some? Damn it. Oh, come on, a little privacy please. Dwight is painting and Claudette has a crazed look in her eyes. Sorry, I didn't know how else to let you know I was here, and then I could hear you, well, you know. No, what? What do you think we were even doing? You were doing, I don't know exactly what you were doing, but it sounded fun. You think two people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day and we spend it hoping if we stab each other in just the right spot we won't get resurrected. Come to believe that the key to finding the exact place we need to bleed it is finding the exact place we need to bleed out from, and I believe that place is in our appendix. Why else would it be there? Makes sense to me. Did you actually think we were me and him? What? You don't have to laugh that hard, they get it. My life is a nightmare and yet somehow it's never been worse than right now. Let's go, lover boy. $90 entry wins and our 5 minutes is up anyway. Good luck, Callie. You're gonna need it. And hey, if you find out how to escape this island, please make sure your ghost tells us how. This is both a tragedy and a comedy. A cragmedy. Shut up, I like it. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. You're heading to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was in short a lot, so far today has been exhausting too. But you're dedicated to achieving a true centered sense of calm. No drama, no bullshit, just soaking up sun and a heated pool. Today you're on a date with you. Ooh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? And aside from that disturbing thought, all is going according to plan until a shadow blocks your precious sun. Spiky tips. If a palm tree is bending over to screw with you, but it's not a tree at all, it's... Hey, babe. Breakfast was weird, huh? Everyone just getting up and announcing how they're feeling. What's all that about? Some kind of forced check-in with the group? I don't like it. Fishy. Kinda lazy. Whatever though. Breakfast is done. No one should eat before noon or after 4 p.m. Yeah, I do intermittent fasting. You see my abs, by the way? Maybe you can see them later at my private stage on the other island. You know, IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out. If you play your cards right. I could give you a private show. Catch you around. His abs are pretty amazing. You gotta give him that. And the blow-up bat? Threatening but adorable. Makes for an interesting silhouette. Genius design. He's a psychopath, just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything. And we're not best friends. Just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking is not an open invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Okay, now that guy's gone and we've got some ground rules established that we're definitely gonna abide by. It's time to lay back, take some deep, slow breaths, and nope, another shadow. These people will not leave you alone! Let's see who it is this time. Oh, it's Spirit. That checks out. You two have gotten pretty cozy. We should get out of here. I know a place that brings a bit of welcome darkness to this tropical nightmare. Best of all, I'm the only one who seems to know about it, so we won't bother there. I don't even know why I'm telling you really. It's my private spot, but I guess I've got a feeling that you'll appreciate it in the way that I did. Not like these other killers. They don't get me. But I'll get them. Oh, I'll get them all, and I'll get my father too, and I'll punish him for what he did to my mother and me. Spirit radiates menacing aura, waving her sword around in the air. She threatens, well, the entire universe. It's scary and more than a little hot if you get turned on by menacing. Look, all this time on Murderer's Island has gotten us both a little confused about things. I'm choosing to lean into it. I suggest you do the same. You've seen her get mad, which is probably enough to scare you into compliance, but you've also seen that there's a more sensitive side hiding within her. Which one do you think will win out? You consider your offer, but before you can decide if you want to go off with Spirit, the Wraith interjects. Honestly, Spirit's great. She's the only one around here that doesn't totally get on my nerves. Guess you got good taste, but I don't know. We could hang out and I could show you some cool stuff if you want. Well, forget I said anything. Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly because you can only go on one date today, and you also don't want to be hacked into pieces for saying the wrong thing. It's always good to remember that these are cold-blooded killers, but you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. and then die a horrible, retching, writhing death after drinking it because the lemons were poisoned all along. Sorry. Silence got me really tilted. So who will it be? I mean, there's no choice. I gotta go with Spirit. You've made the correct decision, but know this, just because you picked me doesn't mean I'm gonna slobber all over you like a dog, understand? Well, of course, you've still got a lot to prove to me. I want to believe our connection is real, but I've been hurt before. Literally. With a katana. A katana that I now wield in spectral form. You feel me? Because you will feel me if you try any of that macho trapper crap. Yeah, I feel you. Before you can ask Claudette and Dwight to clarify, I'll just let you know that yes, it is too late to change your answer now. Hi Marky, welcome back in, how you doing? What if I told you never looked better? I don't know if I should feel insulted or not, because I am a worm. Oh wow, welcome, how you doing? Happy Valentine's Day! Oh wow. That feels backhanded. Ellie, you always look wonderful. I guess that means Marky does love me even though I'm a worm. I get that mean Marky love me even though I'm a worm and everybody else no love me, okay? No one in my call to help me voice act this game or anything, no. I'm being bullied. I'm being bullied. I'm being made to do this all by me lonesomes. All by me lonesome. It's meant to be Valentine's Day. I thought my friends who were single would come hang out, and they didn't. I mean, I guess Rahi kinda hanging out. Rahi in chat. Wolfie in chat. Galan was in chat and then he left. But yeah, welcome, how you doing? I was about to say, what the fuck? I feel like I'm being bullied. I was meant to have friends and the call with me, voice acting, and nobody came. Nobody loved me. I sat. I'm fine. Fine. My throat is gonna die though. My throat is 100% gonna die. But it's fine. You and Spirit arrive at the coast, overlooking the Black Lighthouse. It's old and decrepit, but still impressive. There's something magnetic about it. You can see why Spirit was drawn to such a place. You look Spirit up and down and notice that she's wearing all black, just like the lighthouse. I'm noticing a bit of a theme. Is black your favorite color? I mean, black's an awesome color. Black's an awesome color. Less hiccups this time. Anyway, it's really warm in my room. I kinda wanna tie up my hair right now. It was really warm in my room. I don't see a hair tie. Thought I had one on my desk. Old and decrepit, but still impressive, just like Marky. Oh, come on, Marky. You're not old and decrepit. If you're old and decrepit, then I'm old and decrepit, because I'm... How old am I again? 301? 301. Oh wait, 302 this year. 301. Wow. That's old. That's old. I want to sing a bit of the theme. Is black your favorite color? Black isn't really a color at all. It's the absence of color. It's a void. Like me. Spirit smiles. Nature abhors vacuum. You're not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The lapping waves on the shore of the coast set a romantic tone. The fog that surrounds Spirit everywhere she goes blends perfectly with the mist rolling up over the rocky shoreline. She's at one with this place, and so are you. The peace doesn't last too long, however, as the lighthouse lets out an eerie howl like a monster dying. A spiraling black light stretches out across the sky. Spirit has to yell at you just to be heard. Oh yeah, it does that! The light and sound recede, and the two of you sit in silence. Spirit lays down a towel and pats on it gently. Clearly, she wants your company, so you oblige. When you do, she takes out some sunscreen and hands it to you. You're not exactly sure what to do. Is this an invitation to get a little hands-on action? What else could it be? Thanks? Forgot to bring my own when I lost my memory and fell into the ocean. No problem. I figured as much. Spirit turns away while you slather lotion all over your body. You need any help reaching those difficult spots? You see a hand float around your back. Sure, why not? Spirit's hand on your back is ice cold, but she has a soft touch. When she's done, she takes care of herself. You watch as Spirit applies sunscreen to herself in the most unique way by floating her own hand around her back to spread it on. Well, that's commenting on it, that's not complimenting it. Asking about the shards of glass might be too personal, but I am a little bit curious, I guess. Yeah, I don't think... Is that maybe not glass? Is that maybe shards of the katana? Because she said it's a spirit katana that she's got. Okay, I'm curious. I'm gonna ask. So, if you don't mind, what's the deal with all those shards of glass sticking out from you all over your body? Really want to know? You're not creeped out by them? You're not creeped out, just nervous because you know the answer might be very personal, but she's a person you want to get to know. I was just thinking about what you must have gone through to end up like that. It had to have been horrible. It was worse than death. At least death ends eventually. But I wouldn't want to forget. It literally made me who I am right now. Truth is, I could pull all these bits of glass that are stuck in my flesh out right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me and what the world did to him. That's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea that I'll be forced to succumb to pressure the way he did in the end. Apparently asking about the shards of glass was very good. The way that fear and anger filled him up and then came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. Yeesh. Hard not to think about revenge. The dragon inside me, it's doing what the world did to him. It's doing to me what the world did to him. I have to fight it even though it gives me strength. I must maintain control. Stronger than he ever was, I'm sure of it. I appreciate that, Allie. I suppose a little help isn't a bad thing. In life, in love. This world is a lot to endure alone. Maybe I could use a little assistance reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion. You know, having your body contorted into these vengeful poses, it really does a number on my joints. It rubs the lotion on its skin. Sure. Perfect. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Perfect. Well, I suppose the lotion made it to where it was supposed to be going eventually. And you weren't too incredibly wasteful. I'm not a woman who believes in rushing through things just to get them done. If there is a next time, I'm sure you'll do even better. You look up at the lighthouse, its ominous dark form hovering above this moment between Spirit and yourself. Evil as it clearly is. It's usually how your dates go, what, rubbing lotion on people's feet? Evil as it clearly is, in this case it does you a solid by blurting out another ominous moan and burst of black light that rescues you from this awkward silence. It also spits out a ship, apparently. From seemingly out of nowhere, an ancient-looking ship appears in its waters. It glows itself, a thing of death, the spirit of a ship that once sailed these seas centuries ago. A tattered black flag whips in the ocean air above the ship as it careens towards the shore, before crashing onto the rocks. It must have been drawn in by the lighthouse. You hear the distant shouting of sailors as the old wooden ghost ship breaks up and sinks into the water. Oh, right, it does that sometimes too. Did we, do something? Nah, the sharks will take care of it. Within a minute, the ocean is quiet again, except for the waves. Note to self, hungry sharks. These time-traveling pirates, or whoever they were, you're half sure you saw one of those skull and crossbones flags, aren't the only ones drawn here today. It's Wraith. He has emerged from the pantries behind you. Didn't come here to break up your date or something. I came here for that. Wraith points to the lighthouse. It is indifferent to his attention. I've been seeing it in my dreams, shining a strange light on me. I can't avoid it. Through woods and walls, nothing seems to stop it from reaching out to me. Duh. It's a haunted lighthouse. It does that to everyone at some point. No more special than me, those dead pirates, or that mermaid I saw washed up on that shore that one time. Ew. Mermaids, by the way, aren't even close to as beautiful in person as they are in movies. More sea witch than underwater princess, if you get my drift. It's all part of the vast conspiracy. An epic river of lies that runs beneath the island, or something. I'm pretty sure I figured it out. The basics of it anyhow. If you come with me, You can get cut! Spirit waves her katana, neatly trimming a couple of buttons off of Wraith's tropical top. He takes the hint and backs away a few steps slowly. You're the quiet guy, you never really shuts up. Okay, be that way, you'll see. Alone at last, tension broken, deathly moans quiet, and Wraith vanished back to wherever he hangs out. You scooch closer to Spirit, breathing in the damp, foggy air that seems to emanate from her. Not quite clear how that fog thing works, but you don't even care. You're feeling this moment. Spirit seems to be feeling it too. She starts to adjust her robe, and you get a peek at the bathing suit beneath. For someone who seems intent on proving how little she cares about what everyone else thinks, she put a lot of work into getting that suit. Got straps for days. However, you're so focused on what's happening with Spirit, you don't see the next interruption coming. Claudette and Dwight burst in on you and interrupt whatever you were doing. It doesn't seem like they were worried they bump into much. We're here to make a very dramatic announcement! Well, technically we're here to invite you to join us back at the beach, where we'll be making a very dramatic announcement! Hard to be the producers and the hosts. Aren't survivors supposed to work in groups of 4? When you arrive at the beach, you realize you were set up. Despite promising an announcement, Dwight and Claudette simply stand quietly. This isn't at all what you were promised. Wait a minute, there's no announcement here. But there's me! Mud in your ears, friend, I told you to get lost! But you see, lost is what I am, and so are you, but I know the way out. I've got a map back in my secret lair, literally. And figuratively. Yeah, I know the difference. That's why you should ditch Spirit and come spend the rest of the night with me instead. You've got a secret lair? Damn it. Who said anything about a secret lair? I've got sap in my secret hair, there's a flap on my secret chair. Don't change the subject. Don't ask me what he's talking about. You're trying to make a mess of the first nice day I've had in I don't know how long because it's not even clear what year it is, but in a while. Not about to be ditched for the likes of you. Not me messing things up like I keep trying to tell you. It's this dang island. I've come to accept a difficult truth. What's happening here? Well, I'm convinced that it's our fate. It's not anyone's decision. It's simply the way it will be. There's no use fighting. What would you even know about fighting? All you know is hiding in your spooky little secret hair and crying like a baby while ringing your bell. So don't tell me what I can and can't fight back against. I was born a fighter. A dragon lives inside me. I can't not fight, even when all I might want to do is hide. Don't you see this giant hat? It's a metaphor! If I do have a fate, my fate is to win every fight that comes my way. Got it? Folks! Oh, you hide. I've seen you hide. You do your little phase walking routine. What do you call that? It's basically cloaking. We all know that cloaking is a type of hiding. Folks! You cloak. I don't cloak. I'm not a cloaker. I phase walk out in the open. You just can't see me. You have no idea what they're talking about, but this sure sounds like some video game community forum thread minutia if there ever was such a thing. Not that you know about that either. It sure doesn't seem like Dwight and Claudette are going to stop this, so it's on you. I think I was brought here to make this choice, so I'm going to do that now. And I choose Spirit. When it comes down to it, neither of these two seems easy to love. I mean, damn. Spirit literally has broken shards of glass sticking out of her, but she has a certain charm to her gloom. Spirit and I are actually having a really nice time. Besides, if it's my fate to end up on this island, well, to hell with fate, really. Don't take this the wrong way, Wraith, but the amount of awkwardness you pack into a single day, no wonder you're so skinny. All that second guessing yourself must burn a lot of calories. Damn, I'm brutal! Damn! Damn! Brutal! God damn! I woke up and I chose violence on this island. No offense taken. Yeah, okay, it's true. I can be a little awkward, I guess, sometimes. He's already dead, right? Right, so I'm gonna say with Spirit. Spirit breathes a sigh of relief. Got enough revenging to do without having to kill you and Wraith too. Spirit walks you around a corner to show you something that she discovered in this place and knew was meant to be connected with her journey. A cherry tree. It's just a small sapling, but it's begun to sprout flowers. It doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here in this place, but it also doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black bathing suit, so you just accept it. As Spirit steps up to the tree, a cold breeze pulls some petals off and they come cascading down the air around the both of you. Do you know the meaning of cherry blossoms? They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. What do they mean to you? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical. They're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away, and for this reason, they're also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, of our fragile mortality. In a way, it's the spectre of looming death that calls attention to this special moment to see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel, Ellie? Empowered! The knowledge that life and death are a cycle has always given me peace. Accepting the fleeting nature of life, like the beauty in a flower of bloom, allows me to appreciate the moment without being too hung up on what comes next. As you explain, Spirit's face begins to look sad to you. You're not sure why. It's not the happiest topic, life and death, but why should that matter? Then it dawns on you, Spirit has been trapped in this ghastly state of death with no hope to cycle back, no rebirth, her moment of blossoming life long gone. That scary time of death and decay that come after the good part, that's Spirit's eternity. I feel like an idiot. I wasn't talking about you, I wasn't even thinking about you, I just answered from the heart. I can't let that bother me. Priorities are not the same. I have my mission. Once the fallen cherry blossoms represent the souls of samurai warriors. Those with noble characters, those who did not fear death, those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held their swords and struck down their fear. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on in me, and my noble bloodline, my life is ended, but my death continues to stretch on. The cycle is frozen. Cherry tree? This is not real. Though its petals fall, they soon replenish. It's as if it were installed here by someone. You watch as the spirit chooses her words very carefully. By something with no respect for the balance of life and death. We're sorry to interrupt. You know we don't believe you, right? Yep. But this time we've got a really good reason, and it has nothing to do with us being manipulated by an unseen force, because that's definitely not happening. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. We're just here to tell you that it's time for dinner, silly! Get it while it's hot! I guess it's time to go, or whatever. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too? Question mark? What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining, and that's not just the remains of anxious sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. No, you really are feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep your dirty little secrets. But enough gentle rubbing, it's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singers have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Wraith is here too. We're not going to do the gag where we cram them all on screen at the same time again, so just believe me, they're all here, and they're just as sexy as demented as you remember them. With your love life on the line, everyone's being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congratulations, by the way, in getting this far. I'm surprised as you are that these four are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. However, since Trapper seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do, and heaven knows they won't do any better than that. I'm dining solo. I'm eating what I want, and you're all eating it too. Lamb shank rear, salt, pepper, no sauces allowed, and serve it with one single piece of broccoli so Wraith won't complain. I like broccoli. Gives me horrible gas. Oh, I don't like that. But you wait till you smell what rare lamb does to my bowels. It's awesome! Dinner will be served shortly, but certain tavern brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You've had an interesting day, and that's for sure, but how would you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Oh, okay, but don't just sit there saying nothing. Nothing is not an option. I think being coy is probably better here. Wasn't really a date, more like two people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone, but doing it in relatively close proximity to each other. That's exactly right. Couldn't have not said anything of value better myself. Spirit is clearly happy with the way you portrayed your date. No surprise, she doesn't like people getting into her business. Dwight and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now, and they're all very tired. Oh wait, no, sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica, not the charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bon appetit! Don't you mean bon? Nope, almost everything we serve has a lot of bones in it, even the vegetables. And possible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean off the table. We linger around you as they pick up your plate, take your napkin, and dust the crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Servants? They're not servants! But I'll say thank you. Your top-notch service is much appreciated. Everyone, if you would please be so kind as to follow us to the fire pit, we'd greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is gonna happen, something that will change everything. You can go willingly or you can come unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. Don't you have a choice in how you said that, Dweeb? No, they're survivors, not servants. Also, they're unpaid, so they're slaves, not servants. They're survivor slaves, not servants. Okay? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good. Something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire eliminates the soul. No, you're a survivor. Me? I'm a survivor? I do survive? Because you survived the interview. Apparently. We all start with S. What's the difference? Fire eliminates the soul. Oh, the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean, not my eyes, because of childhood trauma involving fire. Finally, everyone starts moving towards the pit, if only to get away from Wraith's complaining. You take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for the other killers to take their place, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will narrator tell a story? I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind, hey, you think. Are they allowed to simply place thoughts on my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. Oh, cool, and now everyone's looking at you. So, you know, do something. Should I pick someone to tell a story, or we could play charades? Boggle. Ooh, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Wraith points his spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoots lasers. Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. No, you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. I know that fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and it doesn't, you know, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith! Ali was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. Okay, I'll tell a story. I'm game to tell a story. I hope it's a mystery. Okay, so what type of story do you want to tell? Good question. Wraith? Not Wraith. Spirit told a romance story, which was interesting. I feel like action would be for Huntress. Adventure would maybe be... Or... I think I'll just go with it's a romance game, we might as well go with a romance story. I'll tell a romantic story. About two lovers who take poison together and die foaming at the mouth? Or two strong hunters who meet when they're both trying to bludgeon the same wily Wolverine? Not quite. It's a story about my parents. They met at a party in college. He was hosting, she'd been dragged there by some friends. I thought we had no memories! They couldn't have been more different, and yet as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music, and he took an interest in her major, women's studies. They were married within 2 months. But sin to know if you can trust someone, don't you think? It's so sweet. Exactly, I learned a lot about love from them. If you know, you know. Sometimes people don't need years to get acquainted with their partner. Love could spark from a mere look across a campfire. Now you've got their attention. Each killer is furiously attempting to catch your eye from across the fire pit. Save for Trickster, who's wandered over to the bar and is loudly playing his own music on his headphones to drown you out. Okay. That was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but this narrator keeps it real. We can't just end it there. So, who else would you like to hear a story from tonight? You look from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. Obviously, Spirit! I suppose I could tell a story. I don't really want to, but anything I say is sure to be better than whatever you get out of anyone else in this group. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who is now dead and can't do anything about it. Damn! Fair! You know, I don't know what to say about that other than fair enough, you know? It's called The Braids. Technically, I suppose, the fiancé? One winter, the young couple decided that the next spring they would be married. The two were madly in love and could not wait for the snow to melt so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. For the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautiful shabby chic farmhouse. Together they spent months planning the details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. They chose Lilikoi, by the way. I think that's Lilikoi. They chose Lilikoi, by the way. So fancy. When it came time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, the fiancé, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toed sandals for pretty much their entire relationship, so he was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided on such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancée decided that she would create a unique floral arrangement from the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found and prepared to pick them herself on the morning of the wedding, so that they'd be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods she surveyed, the bride, the fiancé, since they had not yet been married, became obsessed with knowing how many there were so she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day came, the fiancé told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and gathering them in a basket. However, when she came upon a once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow it was more beautiful now than ever before, and just on the edge of her view was a whole new bush filled with blossoms, so vibrant and colourful she became dizzy just looking at them. But the fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flower after flower. And every time she did, she noticed just further ahead and possibly even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of spring air, the fiancé crept farther and farther into the woods until she turned a corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk and realized she'd been here before. But this wasn't the clearing she remembered, or at least not how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying and falling from their stems into festering moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed, where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odour of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Into a shadowy glen she walked, and walked, and walked. That day, as guests gathered at the farmhouse, the fiancé was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family and love began to look to her for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, and into the forest, but there were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old, dead trees, trampled vines, moss-covered rocks. Fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them. Distracted by a never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you are loved for who you are. Out there, all alone. I thought it was beautiful and sad. Just like someone we know. It was story time! A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original, and that's why I'm much more of a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off any individual installment and builds a greater sense of community between the audience and creator. Tell me, Ali, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. God forbid my small talk gets in the way of a romantic Twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. You know that we need to get back to that thing that we do whenever we're not on screen. Spirit got the best. She really do, though. Okay. You have fun tonight and try not to wink wink end up dead. Why did you say the words wink wink out loud, and what kind of double entendre are you getting up with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all of these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit. She really doesn't belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear someone trash-talking Spirit? Deal me in! What do you say we take this to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes? Please, enough talk of burns, things that are lit are getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must I be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could, just you and me? Those spindly legs, you'd probably tire before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded, Ali is after, they should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's because I chose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice, and it's completely logical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over that. When you get it, society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you big solutions to all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. It's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on? Or is it just me? Subtle nods to the DVD gameplay, like how Huntress said that she's slower when in game she moves slower. Yeah. Like, it makes sense, right? Despite Trevor's insatiable appetite, it seems that his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you, for the moment. You could, I don't know, just pick one of us, so maybe we could all move on with our lives, or, you know, some special projects we might have going on. You heard him. Who'll it be? Who will you head off with for an evening activity? I'm just saying, you might not get a ton of chances to date around like this before your time on Murder Island comes to a close. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either, but with this streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because, ugh, that guy. Barrett? Oh, you picked me. Yay. Sorry, that was rude of me. I despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. You make for interesting company, and I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all costs, even when I hate the game and the prize, but I had a long day. Loading, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine sweet, sweet revenge, it takes a lot out of me. So, stop bringing your E-game, alright? It might seem like I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task not worth trying, but too bad. You won't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring everything you got. Or just say the exact right thing at the right time and melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know the rules here any better than you do. You at the bar, I guess. You arrive at the bar to find Dwight and Claudette both holding cocktail shakers surrounded by a bevy of bottles for assorted boozies. Who's ready to get wasted? As you know, I don't drink, so not me, unless you mean wasted as in killed, in which case, Dad, if you're out there somewhere, I will find you and waste you for what you've done to me. You really don't drink? Ever? Is that, like, because it'll just fall in a hole in your stomach thing, or...? I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is the poison of the body and the mind. I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time thing. And why did you choose a mixology lesson as your romantic nighttime activity? Everyone knows this kind of date is just an excuse to get loaded up on booze and make terrible decisions. True, not a single person has ever learned anything at one of these things. Damn. I would totally take a class on mixology to actually learn things. I would like to learn how to make my own daiquiris. Wait, no, that's not true. You learned how to tie a cherry knot in a stem using only your tongue. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who ordered the soda with a splash of my private business? Because that's off menu. Well, I know what I'm drinking to forget tonight. You take one in mixology class? Yeah. Or me making a daiquiri. You take the daiquiri? Is that what you're talking about? Alright, you come to Scotland, we'll go to a mixology class together, right? And we'll learn how to make daiquiris. And then we'll make each other a daiquiri and compare. Bet. Alright. Sounds like fun, actually. Mixology is a real thing and it doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you all know that I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed by your father, on whom you will have your bloody revengeance. Right, well, so be it. How about you, Ellie? Do you drink? I'll stay sober. I get the impression that tonight will be a night I want to remember perfectly, so I'm gonna pass on the alcohol drinks. Here! Alcohol is a false escape. Besides, it's not like sober people can't have fun. Watch as Spirit picks up a plump cherry and roughly stabs a little plastic sword through it. Cherry just splatters everywhere, and it's little fruity guts flop out in Spirit's lap. Oopsie. One of the upsides of wearing black, it hardly shows stains. No take backsies. So, lovebirds, what drink shall we make? A zombie is a really strong one. Bloody Mary is the tomatoey one. Definitely don't want a fancy beer. What's a dark and stormy? I don't actually know. I've heard of it, but I don't actually know what's in it. Oh, it's like ginger beer, rum, and citrus. Okay. Rum? No wonder I don't know what it is. I don't like ginger ale. I don't like ginger beer. I don't like ginger. I don't like ginger. So, that's probably why I don't know what that is. I feel like a Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary sounds like it might as well be the official drink of Murderer's Island here. How about that? You turn around to see Claudette holding a mirror up to your face. Bloody Mary? Bloody Mary. Candles flare and a warm wind begins to swirl around you. The sky goes black. A dark shadow appears behind you. Before you know what's happening, you're in a trance and you've joined in the chant. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Feel a hand on your shoulder. The darkness begins to wrap around you. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. A loud crash interrupts the chant. When you blink your eyes, you see that Spirit has unsheathed her spectral katana and sliced the mirror in two. Shards stick out of the sand at your feet. Excuse me? What kind of asshole goes and summons a new ghost when they got a perfectly good one with them on a date already? Sorry, I don't know what came over me. Typical. They all say that, don't they? Amen, sister. I'll just have a Sprite. See the dark form of Bloody Mary herself fly off into the sky, joining an approaching storm cloud that's making its way in from over the ocean. Before you can pivot to a different drink suggestion, lightning strikes a palm tree on the beach and it immediately starts a fire. The activity ends abruptly as Claudette and Dwight usher the two of you away from the bar. Damn! Poor girl! I didn't know I was gonna summon Bloody Mary. I thought I was gonna get the tomato-based drink. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, new wife. I'm very sorry. I did not mean to offend you by trying to summon another ghost. Shame on you. I thought that was the one she'd enjoy the most, to be honest. Because it's like, you know, apparently good? I don't know, I've never had one, but I've heard they're good. I think it's like more of an acquired taste though. Like, I can't imagine drinking that, to be honest. The gang's all together again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. That's because it was. Oy. Feels like I've been here a lot longer than that, actually. It's so late that the sun is already beginning to rise. Better get this over with quickly so that, so that you can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend the eternal damnation of perpetual narratordom. Good thing you've really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang, the brain, the mogul, the basket case, the psychotic bunny girl, you know, the 4 types of people. Anyway, everyone is gathered on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pitch your dream date and see who Allie chooses. Who's ready for a round robin? How round are we talking? No, not to eat, Huntress. Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you all about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? It's almost like the order does matter. Trapper, why don't you go first? You think you deserve it, even you think you deserve it, even if in this case it's a subtle dig. Stop talking. Trapper, without further ado, would you like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable in this, not only in polite society, but within the narrative of this in-world event and also the larger meta-narrative of Dead by Daylight dating experience? Sometimes you just gotta say it. Why yes, thank you, I think I'd love to. Sally, you thinking of picking me? Well, this is your final warning. Pick me and be punished and rewarded. Tomorrow will suck, probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with, I know that. But I can tell you this much, I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans... really? Make fans shit themselves with excitement? Really? If you like Trapper, you're gonna love it. And if you're not, you're a maggot. I'm a worm, not a maggot, get it right! Also, everyone, even confident, sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht. Great. Huntress, why don't you take it from here? Tomorrow morning, I'm planning on a nice atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone. What was that? Nothing. Go away. And boy oh boy, I've got such an adventure planned. It involves hunting for treasure. What kind of treasure are we looking for? The writing makes you remember that this is a parody sometimes. They really do, though. It's so funny. It's so well done. It's so well written. And they do it like just at the right moments to bring out maximum silliness, honestly. Like this is kind of a masterpiece. Yes, you'll have to pick me to find out. Let me tell you, it's primo stuff. If you don't mind, I've got to start preparing because it's clear that you're already gonna pick me. Confident. Mysterious. I like it. Sorry. Anyway, Wraith? I don't know. I'd really prefer to just tell Allie privately. I don't really know how that's gonna work with these game mechanics. What if you just whispered it to her? Wraith considers this for a long moment. Too long. That's fine. Without moving, Wraith lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Tomorrow we have to find my bell. And then I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. It's gonna be really special. The kind of thing where I'll really bond. And maybe finally get off this island. Maybe then we can go on a real date. You done? Is that it? Wraith nods, proud. Hit us, Spirit. Figuratively. Don't you gotta watch your words, these people. Tomorrow, you're spit in the face of God. Die and be reborn anew. That's it? If you're not intrigued by that, I don't want you. Go draw crayon art with Trapper or dig up whatever mysteries with Wraith. I don't know what these guys do all day. You wanna at least specify which god you'll be spitting in the face of? All of them! Okay, so hydrate tonight if you intend to hang out with Spirit. And time is up, everyone. Gosh, you'll need to dream about these options so you're ready to choose in the morning. Now go dream about all these swim-worthy options so that you're ready to make choice come dawn. Have a swell night! Did you two forget to mention something? Oh gosh, how could we forget? Before you run off to slumber peacefully, there's one more thing to do. No reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without singling out one of our contestants who's already teetering on the edge of a psychological break and giving them a little push. Hold up. Has this been a survival dating competition parody this entire time and I'm just now finding this out about it? Come on, the signs were there, you just didn't read them. Welcome to Murderer's Island! It's now time to eliminate one of the killers! Ugh, it's like butchering, but it hurts even worse. You can't kill a killer, but can you break their heart? Do you dare even try? You mean... That's right! Tomorrow one of these sexy slicers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who's it gonna be? But why? Because it's dramatic? Because it's surprising? Because it's a classic reversal of fate? And it'll hurt someone's feelings. Someone dangerous! What's it gonna be, champ? What's your thought process here? Trapper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, you'd at least see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats, and I hear she can disappear. Hard to track. If you get rid of Wraith, you might cry. Although I totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable, it just seems like he might be an ugly crier. Huntress, she might pretend to be okay with it, but then you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is, I don't envy you, boss, so which sociopath are you eliminating? I feel like Wraith is the least dangerous option here. But I'm gonna eliminate Trapper. It's very simple. Trapper, you scare the living shit out of me. You're eliminated. That's fair. Honestly though, I don't care. You suck, but not in a good way. You bore me, personality-free maggot. I'm a worm! Wouldn't even be fun to kill you. Which I was totally gonna do tomorrow the first chance I got, so really this is a win-win for both of us. Still might kill you though. Out of principle for eliminating me. Sleep with both eyes open. And have fun on your date tomorrow. Now that you've broken the heart of someone heartless, you should go get some shut-eye. And don't worry too much about the broken heart you've left behind. Because of course, they'll be receiving a consolation prize. They might not get to go home with Ellie when this is over, but they'll never sleep alone again. That's right, we're sending our eliminated player home with... mostly new! Their own mostly new trickster body pillow. The next best thing to the real trickster. It might not hug you back, but I definitely won't try and stab you. And how do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right, it was Dwight Testy! What? What? So many people wanted one of these, like an ungodly number. I can imagine. Jeez. Claudette approved. Hope you sleep well tonight, Ellie. You're my hero for what you've accomplished. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you've done? No, not because of the guilt. I mean knowing that there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you so close by. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you'll do tomorrow? An ungodly amount, so they made it. Of course they did. Why wouldn't they? Don't know how you do it, but you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule, schedule, schedule. Wow, what a crazy way to end the day. An elimination? I don't even know it was that kind of a game. Let's check in with everyone, especially with our loser. Everyone deserves a send-off. We'll see how things go tomorrow, I suppose. I'm not expecting anything. I tend to shut my mind off during hard times. I know I seem all excited and devil may care, but the truth is I'm really a pessimist at heart. That tends to happen when your mother was skewered by an elk when you were young. Yeah, how'd you know? Well, yes, it's also the only thing you talk about. If you'll excuse me, I think I saw a raccoon over in that tree and I'm feeling peckish. I don't really know what's happening here. Honestly, I haven't been paying attention. Oh, Allie, sorry, I forgot. I'm focusing on other things. More important things. One way or another, I won't be here for much longer. I don't handle rejection well. At least I don't think I do. No one's ever been dumb enough to reject me before. Yeah. The more I think about it, the angrier I'm getting. And I'm a giant rage monster, so everyone in this room should be scared right now. Turn the camera off. Of course Sally's into me. Why wouldn't they be? I'm thoughtful, beautiful, surrounded by a calming mist. I've also got great hair. And since I'm technically dead, I'm extremely low maintenance. Like, I don't like to throw the term anime waifu around too often, but if the body of the little pet snuggle it, you know what I mean? Damn, girl! Damn, girl! What? No, you're not part of this. You don't get a confessional. It's cool, man. I'm not part of anything, you feel me? I'm not a cog in anyone's machine. I'm my own machine. This whole thing's pretty cute, though. Charming low budget, old school marketing vibes. NGL, kinda wish I wasn't so busy right now. I'd definitely be down with the reality show style dating competition with survival elements. But I got my new album, upcoming tour, finalizing the sneaker line, producing a limited series on my life, starting a new social media NFT crypto app, and doing all those private gigs over in IP Island. My dudes, you gotta come check it out. IP Island is dope. It's where the real killers are hanging out. Fully licensed, no legal drama. Lawyers, take a hike. I'm gonna tell everyone that Trickster said that about them, don't worry. I'm talking your favorite established characters from all over pop culture that can't be seen on this island. Hell, you probably can't even mention them, like Ghostface. Look, don't you say it. Look, we get it. You're very popular and in demand, but we have a game to get back to and I don't want to get sued. Ghostface. Come on. Whatever. I don't even care. I'm the Trickster. See you around, Allie. You too, narrator. I have a name, you know. You do? Yes! Seriously, they do not pay me enough to deal with you people. Is it my turn? Oh, no! No, it isn't your turn! You're standing in water! How are you even sitting in that chair? What's a chair? The thing you're getting all wet! Now it's gonna smell like mildew! Okay. Good. Fine, let's just get this over with. It's your turn, Ocean. Do your check-in. Check-in? I was just looking for the bathroom. Bathroom? Are you serious? It's down the hall to the left. That's okay. Never mind. Never mind? What does that mean? Yoshi goes to the bathroom? Okay. No, not you two. This wasn't meant to be a confessional time for literally every character in the game. It's okay. We don't have to confess to anything. We've just been working our asses off for 2 days straight and I wanted to sit down somewhere. This chair is wet. Yeah, I think the ocean just peed on it. How's that? You know what? I don't care. You two are looking pretty pleased with yourselves. I've got something to confess. Oh, great. What's it gonna be? You ate glue in the 2nd grade, you cheated on an algebra test once. Watching Trapper get eliminated was the first time in this unending spiral staircase of pain in my life that I've even felt a modicum of joy. Every minute that I'm alive is a nightmare. This place, the sun, these sweet sugary drinks. It sounds fun for a long weekend, but an eternity? The unrelenting rhythm of crashing waves and wailing seagulls. It's like a crescendoing, a song of evil that makes me question the very foundation of the universe. Why am I here? Why are any of us here? What kind of sentient being would do this? Please erase me from this existence, make it so I was never born. Pull the plug on this experiment and let my soul be free. And please, please get me out of this polo shirt. Okay, let's get you to bed, buddy. I don't want to go to bed. Going to bed means eventually I'll have to wake up. Yikes. Oh, that was a weird way to end. Oh well, what are you gonna do? You let the camera roll long enough, someone's bound to say something crazy. Anyway, it seems like everyone's had their shot to annoy me tonight, so hit the hay and get some rest. Tomorrow's gonna be a doozy. Well, existential crisis time. Soft sunlight warms your skin, nudging you awake. Also, you're using a killer crab as a pillow, which is sort of okay with. What's that? You don't know about the killer crabs? Oh right, you didn't go on that 100th date. You really missed out. It was thrilling, or I guess it would have been. You'll have to play the game again to get that reference, I suppose. You pull on your beach tire and splash water in your face. Dwight and Claudette approach. As that look on their face sees excitement? Terror? You notice your stomach flutters with butterflies. Someone's in love. Or you've been infected with the zombie butterflies in your sleep. It's happened here before, but it's probably the love thing. It's time! Claudette gestures over to the beach where the killers all stand flanked by tiki torches. It's a scene very reminiscent of a TV show you used to hate watch with your ex. Suddenly the message is clear. You're going to declare your affections for a killer in front of several other killers. Hey, isn't Trickster supposed to be here? I paid him good money to make some half-assed cameo in this show. I'm gonna chew his agent out. But before they walk you over for your big moment, don't think we haven't noticed how kind you've been to us. It can be easy being thrown onto a mysterious island for seemingly no real reason, surrounded by terrifying killers trying to manage your most primal impulses. Murder and making out! And you've got to go ahead and treated us, your friendly island hosts, with dignity and respect, so don't tell anyone we told you this, but... Claudette and Dwight look around conspirationally. Just a little hint for you going forward. Don't try to go all the way with the killer who isn't into you. Relationships are two-way streets, and if you don't have a green light in the other direction, you might end up in the friend zone. Friend zone? That doesn't sound so bad. Where do you think you are exactly? Dead by Daylight doesn't do friends. There are killers, there are survivors, and I'm afraid we can't say more. Okay, so who's into me? Claudette and Dwight look around conspirationally again. Well, I've never seen Spirit open up to anyone like she's opened up to you. I've seen her open up the insides of plenty of people, but thankfully for you and us, that's a different type of game. So are you ready? Of course you're not, but too bad because we're on a schedule. Make your way over to the row of hotties. Claudette and Dwight stand off to the side, hands behind their backs. It's been quite the 48 hours, but there are clearly sparks in the air. Not just talking about this rusty chainsaw, though I do recommend staying away from those sparks. Time for a newcomer to confess their love. Wait, I have to do a drum roll for this. No you don't, but who cares? Allie, who do you choose for your solo date? Okay, will we do the flower thing? Wait, I thought we agreed to keep that between us. Oh, not that flower thing, the thing where the suitor gets a flower as a symbol of the contestant's love and affection. Oh, right, I suppose. But no roses, they're sort of cliche at this point. That's good, because I tried to pick a rose, but I got an ouchie, so I settled for these. Beautiful. Done good, Dwight. This is such a lovely bouquet. I hope Dwight saved some of these for Claudette. They're a thing, you know. You getting that vibe too? Just me? Sorry, you've got other things to think about right now. Allie, who do you select to receive these flowers and spend the day with you today? Obviously, Spirit. Obviously, my new wife. You approach Spirit, peering below the brim of her impressively large hat and into her haunting eyes. Spirit, since I met you, I've been enchanted by your presence. You've challenged me to be a better person, and I resisted the urge to show me the sharp end of your katana. For that, I thank you. I'm ready to take our relationship to the next level. And we shall. Up to the light of the dark storm that is a reality, to the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. It's time to see what you're made of, Allie. Thought it might be nice to start out the day on the Trapper's yacht before we head up to the Black Lighthouse. Even if I kinda hate this basic tropical vacation stuff like yachts and snorkeling or whatever, it's good for you to see me in the sun a little bit at least. There's more to me than what you've already gotten to experience. I know that my whole vibe can be a little dark. The hat, the swimsuit, the plume of floating hair. This wasn't always who I was. I was a normal young woman once, went to school, hung out with friends. Even had a part-time job working in a restaurant in town. And then, well, I know what happened. Your father, Yeah, you murdered me and I woke up as an undead Avenger. That's not what I was getting at. Something else happened to me. I realized I needed to be seen. I don't even know by whom, a lot of time when you think about ghosts, they're these kind of see-through flickering specters. You imagine reaching out and having your hand go right through them. Like that sort of thing. Maybe there's some kind of warpy effect on the world around you. I don't know. Depends on what movie you're watching. But when I died, well, I dare you to try and reach your hand through me. No, really, that's not an invitation, it's rhetorical. How did I end up this way? Who brought me here to this island? Who knows? I sure don't. I've got my ideas. But I'm not exactly out there digging around in caves or dusting off antiques to try and find clues and analyze their meaning. I do want to take this experience seriously though. I want to give the process a chance. Maybe a dumb process and one that I have extremely little respect for as a person. But you woke up on this beach with no memory of who you are or where you came from, and rather than freak out and simply try and swim away, you're giving this a chance. I actually didn't know that swimming away was an option. You need Oni? It's not. However, the fact that you never even tried, I think, means that you've got courage. Or an open mind. Or, I don't know. Maybe you stuck around because you like someone you met here. Maybe. While the two of you are getting all deep and philosophically flirty, the yacht pulled up to the shore next to the Black Lighthouse. Last stop! Everybody off! There were other stops. Oh, no, not on this trip of your life. Oh. Barrett rolls her eyes and leaves for the shore. I'm just messing with you. That was the only stop. No one here's really looking out for our fun, so we have to make it ourselves. But no, there are no other stops. Seriously, go. Race you to the poop deck, Dwight. Ship doesn't even have a poop deck. What? Well, what? As you disembark, you see Dwight and Claudette run giggling across the ship. Too bad you can't date those two, as they seem like they know how to have a good time. You arrive at the beach near the majestic Black Lighthouse. Its imposing form towers above you. A flock of birds circle lazily, no sense of fear or urgency, as if circling a corpse that hasn't moved in ages. I'm excited about today, see? Barrett places her wrist delicately in your hand and presses your fingers down against her skin. It's cool to the touch, but you feel, is that the faintest of pulses? My blood is absolutely pumping. So what happens now? Now I show you something that no one's ever seen up close before. Well, no one who's lived to tell about it. We're going there. Barrett points to the top of the lighthouse amongst the circling birds. It's actually up there, have you seen it? Hey y'all, how's everyone doing today? Hi, Wraith, you sure seem chipper today? Something's definitely going on with the sky, but something else strange, something different than what's usually going on. Wraith takes a deep breath, sucking in the ocean air like it's the greatest air that's ever been sucked. I don't like that picture in my mind. Holly, thank you for choosing anyone else to go on a date with today. Alone forever, this is how it was meant to be, I feel alive. Are you done? Or kind of, on that date you just mentioned? Glad you're feeling better, Wraith, but like she said, we're in the middle of something. You mind? Oh, right. Right. So, what you doing? Heading up to the lighthouse? Oh, I love it up there. You can really see the whole island from up there. In fact, Spirit, I thought you said no one's been up there and lived to tell about it, but this sounds exactly like telling about it. Technically, I don't think Wraith counts as being alive. I mean, I don't maintain the canon, but... Barrett waves her arms at Wraith from head to toe. If he's not dead now, he's gonna be when I punish him for interrupting her date. I know, we can solve our problems without our hair floating up into menacing shapes. I'll just be over here running away and enjoying everyone. I think Wraith was kidding about the whole being up there. Honestly, the view isn't even of the island. What you can see is mostly ocean on account of it being, a lighthouse. However, that does bring up an interesting point regarding your, how do I say it? Spirit's hands float up as she scratches her head contemplatively. You don't usually see her at a loss for words like this. What's your mortal status? Because despite of what our lanky friend seems to think, the lighthouse is not to be trifled with. It's a beacon of death and suffering that brings doom to it from all corners of the world, if not further. Well, duh, you saw a friggin' pirate ship seemingly travel through space and time, only to crumble at the rocks beneath this spooky tower, but you decided not to point it out because it wouldn't be too romantic now, would it? Think I'm alive. I'm here with you, walking this beach, feeling the water on my feet, feeling the sun on my skin. Here, with me, this spirit. Does that really make you feel alive? Make you alive? I guess I don't know. If you come up with me under the eye of the Black Lighthouse, you may never return. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Because we have something, I won't deny it. I feel it. I'd hate for you to simply turn to ash. If we were to commit right here and now to figuring this out as friends, we could put off that risk for another time. Just be friends? Ouch, is this our way of letting you down easy? I don't know if I want that. Friendship, I want you, that's why I chose you. I can't decide this for you. I can only warn you that it may not be safe. You might die up there and there's nothing I can do about it. Let's go, maybe die. You take a deep breath and think about every particle of sea air as it travels into your body and fills your lungs. My lungs decide you to die there. You choose death if it means pursuing spirit. No, of course you do. Maybe the last time you have such a thought, but you feel strangely at peace with that information. I don't need another friend. I want something more. I'd risk my life for it. Spirit smiles, a quirky, devilish smile. Right this way. Time to die! Inside the lighthouse, it's almost pitch black. It was seemingly day when you step through the door, but inside this place is like a void. The last thing you see is the final rays of sun leave you as a horrible sight, a petrified body laying on the stairs, reaching up, but not up, but down, as if it had been crawling. What's your step? The things we do for love. Says the person who made the exact same decision as me. I never said it was the wrong decision, though, did I? Did I? Huh? 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 No, I said it was the wrong decision. When you arrive in the lantern room at the top of the black lighthouse, you breathe a sigh of relief. The light is out and seemingly defunct. Dust cakes the room as though it hasn't been operated in a century. However, somehow, it was just morning a moment ago, but now it's night? What do you mean a moment ago? We've been standing here looking out over the ocean all day. I've really enjoyed the peaceful time with you, taking in the view, standing in complete silence for hours. It was kind of my perfect day. Really? I don't remember that. You just called it the perfect date and you can't be bothered to remember it? What kind of game are you playing with me? I want to remember it, it's just that for some reason my mind is completely blank, but hey, I'm not dead. Oh, or you're already dead and have been this whole time. That's true. Maybe we'll never know. It doesn't look like the light is working. Even turned off, the light has a power to it. The massive lens reflects the moonlight through itself as a subtle sparkle that has a hypnotic effect. Maybe that's where the day went, staring into the light as the sun fell and the moon rose. Thanks for spending the day with me. I really had a good time. That's it? Don't get me wrong, this was really cool and all, I guess I don't know what I expected. I suppose if you thought you were walking to your death and nothing happened, it might feel a little anticlimactic. Sorry. Anyhow, it's time to go. Here, let me just flip on the light for the staircase so it's easier to get down. The stairs still look pretty dark. Maybe it... Spirit is interrupted by a strange hum and it becomes frighteningly clear to you that the switch wasn't for the stairs, it was for the main lantern. A lantern that's now beginning to power up. The faintest smell of burning begins to reach up to your nose. See, it looks like maybe that switch wasn't for the stair light after all. No, we'll see who's really alive and who's really dead, I suppose. It was bound to happen sooner or later. You slam your eyes closed, hoping that somehow not looking at the light itself will protect you. Not sure I see the logic in that, but if it is magic, it kinda defies logic. I want to see it, but, well, I'm a little scared. Don't look directly into the light. Open your eyes and look only at me, and I'll keep you safe. Okay! That's very easy to do. Oh shit. Oh shit. That one was close. You okay? You seem okay. I hope I haven't ruined this by pushing you to do something you weren't meant to do. You're so brave. Maybe not so coordinated, but certainly brave. I'm so lucky you'd put yourself through this for me. It shows that you're real. Despite your attempt to resist it, the incredible force of energy from the Black Lighthouse's lantern eyes refuses to subside. No, it cannot be ignored. It doesn't matter if you look directly at it or not. In the end, that was just a trivial game. This is real life and real magic. You stare at it. Oh. Uh-oh. Somebody's phone's ringing and it's 1 AM. That doesn't sound good. Hope everything's okay. In the end, it was just a trivial game. This is real life and real magic. You stare at it now and its power penetrates your mind. Hey, meanwhile, how are things? Doing good? Feeling more dead or more alive? Yeah, love won't do that to a person. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon. You wait to hear Spirit's muffled voice. You've got a terrible taste in your mouth, like burnt hair. The air feels damp and smells like ash. It takes time for the sound to clear up, but eventually Spirit's words start to make sense to you. However, it's clear she's talking to someone else, not you. You know how sometimes people say it's not you, it's me? Well, this time it's you, and it's also me. I can't believe I thought you would change for me. I can't believe I thought what you were doing was a sacrifice. You never gave up anything for me. Well, today I saw what love looks like, and it looks a whole lot different than this. I don't think you're hearing me, which is weird because I'm practically shouting. No one breaks up with Trapper. Nobody. Oh yeah? Fine. Nobody breaks up with Trapper, but I'm not doing that. I'm dumping. Don't you say it. I'm dumping Evan McMillan. And there's nothing you or he can do about it. It's over between us, Evan. Bryn, Trapper turns from Spirit and looks directly at you. You realize you're laying on the ground of some weird tunnel. I think that your shouting woke up Allie. My shouting? Stay quiet. In an attempt to be as quiet as possible, you hold your breath and freeze in place. Sorry we woke you up, Allie. After what happened, you'd probably be better off sleeping for a bit longer. Things just got out of hand. How'd you know? You were talking in your sleep basically non-stop until you woke up and then got quiet. What was I saying? I don't know, I don't speak Dutch. You speak Netherlands? Yeah, see, there you go again. The jig is up, as they say. They know you're awake now, and you're gonna have to deal with this awkward situation head on. Clearly, I shouldn't be here. You two are having a very personal conversation that I don't need to be involved in. I don't even know how I got here, not in this island, or here in this creepy tunnel. As far as this island goes, your guess is as good as mine. As far as this tunnel goes, we brought you here. We? You and Trapper, but... After the lighthouse light came on, you blacked out. On your way down, I thought you might have hit your head or something. It's hard to tell what blood is new and old around here. Either way, I wanted to get you someplace safe, so I asked Trapper for help. Not that I can't carry you, I just didn't feel like it, you know? I hate anything messing up my shards. Trapper, on the other hand, he loves nothing more than having an unconscious body draped over his shoulder. I could have asked Claudette and Dwight for help, but I don't trust them. But you trust Trapper. Like and trust are two different things. You might think Trapper can be a real jerk, and you'd be right, but you get what you see with them. We brought you down here because we're the only ones who know about this place. Part of an old tunnel network that connects different places of the island. What's up, guys? Taking Island Mysteries? My favorite topic. I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd pop in. Trapper, you said this place was private. Don't look at me, I didn't tell him about it. Half of the appeal of this spot is getting away from people like him. Oh jeez, I can see where I'm not wanted. So you get 3 a triple now, or...? Because I gotta say, I didn't really get the whole Trapper Spirit thing, but hey, if it's not my business, I don't stick my nose in it. We were not a thing. Nobody traps the Trapper, not with traps or with relationships. And you two realize you're sticking your nose in our business right now, right? Wow, so hostile. If you don't want to talk about it, just say so. Anyhow, this tunnel has some very interesting features. If you head about 50 meters down that way, you'll find... Get out! Braithwaite looks around just to be doubly sure that Trapper is addressing him. He's just leaving. This island, it's a lonely place, which is great for me. I do love to be alone. Trapper, on the other hand, he's quite needy. After a lot of pursuit, I finally let him catch up to me. It became, well, I don't want to call it a relationship because somebody really didn't want to have that talk, but we're more than friends. Well, we were more than friends. I dispute the events as told. For the record, I don't pursue, I stalk, and then I lie in wait. Seeing eye was not one of the things we were good at. So, I hate to ask, but did I just look into the refrigerator-sized death lamp, so I guess I'm more of a glutton for punishment than I thought? What were you good at? What is that line? Well, for starters... Excuse me, I'll take that question, thank you very much. I don't know if you know anything about me by now, it's that I'm on a quest. For revenge. Exactly. What you might not know, Trapper is like great classical maestro of revenge. Trapper blushes behind the mask. That's one way to compliment a killer. Revenge against friends who had turned their back and betrayed him. Revenge against his father for making him into a monster. Revenge against the barista who wrote you in on his cappuccino knowing that his name was actually Evan. For someone who thinks about a revenge as much as I do, Trapper is an inspiration. But they say to never date your heroes. Good advice, but I don't think that's the saying. And then you came along, Ellie. You showed me that it's okay to be lost, to feel pathetic, to push on when you have nothing real to offer anyone. I'm not sure where you got all that from, but okay. You held up a mirror to my own doubts and fears and showed me that they aren't anything about me. They aren't everything about me. That I can embrace those things but not be defined by them. You showed me that life after death can be more than just an obsession with revenge and mind-blowing sex on the ground in a cave or in dusty old Jesus Christ! Trapper nudges you in the ribs with his elbows. Gross. Totally appealing to Trapper. Better Features has been a winning strategy for dumping his ass. Because he seems to be taking it quite well. This whole half-assed dating show parody thing. At first, I obviously thought it was a lame idea. What kind of moron thought there was an audience for this? Then we spent time together and I realized there's something actually real here. Actuality? Is that a typo? Actuality? I don't want to give up on it. I don't want to give up on us. Listen, Ellie, while you were knocked unconscious by some minor head trauma like a total weakling, Spirit confided in me that she has real feelings for you. I took it extremely well, naturally, because I trust her and value her opinions. That doesn't mean I trust you. If you want to get to her, you have to get through me first. By passing the Trapper's Test. Coming to BHVR TV Sundays at 8 PM. Welcome to Trapper's Test. Answer my questions correctly or die by my blade. Question 1. What is Spirit's real name? The one given to her by a murderous father, which she only lets her real friends call her. It's Rin. Rin Yamoka. Okay, you got that one. Don't celebrate yet. Question 2. What lives inside Spirit? A dragon. Sure, everyone knows that. They won't all be this easy. Question 3. Where did Spirit work back when she was a normal college girl before she was hellbent on revenge? A restaurant. I know to think I would date a waitress. Don't tell my father I ever mingled with the help like that. He'd be so disappointed in me. Question 4. What's Spirit's favorite color? Was it black or red? Shit, I don't remember. That's something I should remember. I remember, like, so many things. It could have been purple too. Genuinely. Pretty sure it was black. Pretty sure it was black. Shame on me, you don't know. Divorce papers incoming, I remember. We're not even married yet, okay? I'm pretty sure it was black. I just doubted myself there. Because I remember the cherry staining her bikini and I was like, maybe she was into red. Are these questions largely superficial? Sure, maybe I didn't get to know Spirit that well. Maybe that's why maybe that's why it didn't work out for us. Who knows? Question 5, the final question. You got this, Allie. According to Spirit, what's worse than being dead? choking to death. What's worse than being dead is choking to death. Actually, though. You wouldn't forget that. Bro, I just, all I could think when they said colors was cherries or red, and she had a cherry squirt in her bikini, okay? I got momentarily blinded by the cherry juice. Got momentarily blinded by the cherry juice, okay? I was worse than being dead. I was too busy thinking about the bikini and not what color it was. I was. I'll admit it. I was too busy thinking about it being juicy. It's worse than being dead. Not being seen for who you are. When I pitched the Trapper's Test to the students at BHVR TV, they told there was no room in the budget for a new car to be given as the final prize for winning. So I killed them all right there on the spot. While killing them didn't solve any of the budget problems, it sure did feel good. I'm telling you this, A, to brag, and B, to explain why the only thing you're gonna win is me saying congratulations for passing Trapper's Test. Not that it was some huge challenge. I mean, the woman obsessed with the giant light that shines in the dark has to have a chip on her shoulder about being seen. Go figure. You probably guessed, but rules are rules, even if I literally just made them up. You got it right. I guess I approve of you dating Spirit or whatever. I never really cared in the first place. I was just hoping you'd slip up and give me a good excuse to wet my blade with your blood. Maybe I'll find a reason tomorrow. For now, you two have fun. Wink, wink, wink. Trapper out. I'm sorry you had to endure that. What, 5 mealy questions? It was nothing. Not even that. As ridiculous as unnecessary as it was. The whole thing. The waking up in a random tunnel, the overhearing our argument, the news that Trapper and I had something going on, and the stupid quiz. All of it. Especially the whole Trapper out catchphrase. It's only because I actually like you. None of it would have happened if I didn't. And I like you too, Spirit. Please, call me Ren. Ren. I didn't really feel like our lighthouse experience was complete. There was something else I wanted to show you. Alone, up in the lantern room of the tower. Get your mind out of the gutter, Ellie. It's not the kind of game. What's that? Hold on, I'm being told. No, wait, no, it is that kind of game. Disregard the gutter comment. Come back up there with me? No place I'd rather be. Do I have to be ready to switch screen? You're excited to return to the lantern room of this lighthouse, despite all the drama and worry that was previously a part of this place for you. More importantly, you're excited to be there with Spirit, which makes it all the more crushing when you're interrupted by the arrival of Claudette and Dwight. Back to the gutter with you. I know, right? Get your mind out of the gutter. No, wait, no, back to the gutter. Get back in the gutter. I'll throw you into the gutter myself. Well, Claudette, Dwight, funny seeing you here. But did I say funny? I meant tragic. Tragic? I don't think so. What could be tragic about a family reunion? Those are always joyous occasions in my experience. Or they can explain what that is even supposed to mean. The lighthouse begins to have a low, frightening sound. The lens begins to glow in a now familiar way. You prepare to shield your eyes in case something bad happens to you again. Now isn't the time for any reality show adjacent shenanigans. Dwight, Claudette, shield your eyes. We don't know what the lighthouse will... No, please don't interrupt. You'd think after all this time, you'd know that we've got your best interests in mind. Wait, what? No, of course I don't think that. Waxing, you're a friend. I asked you not to interrupt. Too late. The black light flares, and in the darkness you see something horrible and strange. In the place of Claudette and Dwight are two ghoulish silhouettes. Before you can focus on them, the light passes, and the two survivors are returned to their normal states. It's breezy up here. I should have packed a sweater. In the hairy hell. Hey, watch the language. You shouldn't speak that way. Around your elders. Hey, look, it's Oni! Wolfie, you said you wanted Oni, right? Grandpa? My little Ren, you're such a woman now. They grow up so fast. What? Ellie, meet Grandpa Kazan Yamoka. Well, technically not just Grandpa. Technically he's my great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. And that's a lot of greats to see in a row. I haven't seen my little Rin since I watched over her from the afterlife when she was just a little girl. And I expect you to say all the greats. It's a matter of honor and respect. Except Rin. She can do whatever she pleases, my precious little angel. But you... Oni stares at you with his demonic red eyes. You're pretty sure even the decorative third eye on his mask is looking at you. You mongrel, you must treat me with respect, or so help me you'll be cleaning bits of your head off of my cannibal. A cannibal was like a metal baseball bat covered in spikes, FYI. I'm not sure what a peasant like you is doing so close to the descendant of the noble Yamaoka bloodline in the first place. Dirk, Claudine, explain what is going on for me. It's Dwight, sir, and Claudette. Remember we explained to you that we were going to come meet with your great-great-great-great-granddaughter Suitor and together withhold your approval? 5 greats! Great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, sir, your honor, master, sir. Dwight, he's a samurai. Shush. Grandpa, they must have summoned you here because they think you have great judgment, and because if they summoned my father, I'd be too distracted by torturing him for all of eternity to continue with the rest of the whatever this is. Joe? Him? Experience? Ah, yes, that makes sense. Only a man of my own power and magnitude can help. Self-important much? Nice to meet you, Kazan. Only my friends and family call me Kazan. Those who tremble in fear at my presence call me Oni. You're seeing a serious resemblance to the Trapper, and not only in the sheer size of the man that Oni is, but also his attitude. Apparently Spirit has a type. You sure you can, or want to measure up to that? It dawns on you that, wait a second, maybe you do resemble Oni. Every time you try to look at your own reflection, however, you've become dizzy and confused. Because I'm a worm. And I can't comprehend the fact that I am worm. Clearly. This definitely deserves more thought, but now's not the time to consider the fact that you might be some kind of hulking vampire with the first ever case of self-blindness. There's a massive samurai mad dogging you from 2 steps away. Well, you don't scare me at all, so I'll stick with Kazan. Peasant! I realize now the true purpose of my visit is to extinguish your light. Oni waves his katana in the air at you menacingly, like great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, like great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter, apparently. Hold up there, Grandpops, not so fast. You're only supposed to kill them if they deserve it. First you should get to know them a little better. Young people these days, always waiting to kill people, insisting they must deserve it. Back in my day, you did what needed to be done because your nobility depended on it. In his day, for such an imposing presence, he sure is giving some serious old man yells at clouds vibes. You see, when I was a young man, we didn't have foreigners in our land. Didn't need them, we had an abundance of culture already. A little too much if you ask me, but I didn't make the rules, the rulers did, exactly how it should be. Literature, art, commerce, theatre, fashion, poetry, puppet shows, ghost shows, courtesans, gambling, fighting, fine dining, fast food, public executions. What were we talking about? Spirit gurgles that are great. Okay, I'm not saying all of those every time. It only needs forgetfulness. You wonder, does she even like this guy? She sure hates her father, so... Listen up, old man. We don't have time for you to list every activity available to a samurai in the entirety of the Edo period. Silence, peasant. You're showing your ignorance. Samurai were forbade from many activities that didn't benefit the Bushido Code, such as attending certain theatrical performances, for instance. Sometimes, however, a samurai would put on a disguise in order to seek out entertainment. Now, I'm not saying I did that because I had honor and a body built like an entire castle that is quite hard to hide, but clearly you have neither honor nor my physique. You don't even know about the ins and outs of the shifting rules of the traditional Japanese samurai etiquette. You fool! Rin, what would you want with such an uneducated admirer as this? You find it hard to believe that any contemporary person that knows all that much about who was and wasn't allowed to do what leisure activities over 100 years ago. However, you're really not sure how to handle this massive demonic old man. Oh, wait, I get it, sweet Rin, my beautiful descendant. You've invited me here to do what you're true kind to do. Bash this jerk's head in! Claude, Doris, fetch my cannibal. Rin, wrap up your robe around this mongrel's hands and hold them still. We'll splatter their brains on the beach together as a family. But no, that's not why I invited you here at all. In fact, I didn't invite you. Claudette and Dwight did. Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Wink, wink, wink. I need to water. I need to water. There we go. This whole saying wing hit lead thing is getting out of hand. Him and Trapper really do have a lot in common, don't they? I swear. Valley has a good soul and the heart of a warrior. They fought for my love in their own way, faced down death more than once, and put up with their fair share of nonsense. Nonsense which seems to be endless. Can we, I don't know, wrap this up already? Of course, of course. Who am I to expect anyone to wait around for my approval? I've only been hanging out as a ghost watching my bloodline be polluted by cowards and quitters for 5 generations. Just come give your ancestor-in-law a hug. Sword draw and only beckons you closer. There's no way he has ever hugged anyone in his entire life. I think we'll go for Hiroke, actually. Ren, now, push them my way and I'll split them in half. The sacrifice of this usurper to the Yamaoka bloodline will surely bring us back to life and set us back on the course of honor. You're so silly, Grandpa. We both know that only one sacrifice can get our family back on track. Revenge on my father, your great-great-great-great-grandson, traitor to the Yamaoka name. The lust for violence in your voice, it fills me with cheer. I'll never forget who I am. I suppose if this is the person you want to be with, go on your journey of bloody revenge with. I should trust your judgment. The strength inside you blooms from the same cherry tree that was planted centuries ago by our shared ancestors. And if Ali ever treats me poorly, you have my word, on our family's honor, I will wield my katana and gut them like a fish. A tear rolls down from behind Oni's demonic mask. You're sure you want to marry into this? Then one last word of advice, my dear girl. The father stuff, don't forget it. But maybe stop focusing so specifically and obsessively on it. What you did was awful, but it was already done. Do something for yourself now. Just my 2 cents. Be well, Ren. I will see you again soon. Now let's go, servants. Clint, Denise, return me to the stables. I assume my dragon has been fed and tended to. Yeah, sure. I swear this is still better than dealing with Trapper's dad. Sorry if it was disrespectful of your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. He seemed like a very special man. I realize I'll never measure up to someone like that. A warrior with a hell of a fashion sense? I mean, that mask? Don't worry, I would never expect you to. Or want you to, really. All I wanted was the biggest brute alive. I'd be down in Trapper's Cave right now avoiding his vintage bear traps. That's not the life I've imagined for myself. A sense of abstract duty, anger at the world changing around me, a lust for blood. There's no way to live, and yet, as you now know, that is the Yamaoka way of life. Forever I'm cursed to battle against the dragon that lives inside me. Or at least, maybe I was. Until now. Call me the Dragon Tamer, baby. You haven't won this game yet, please don't ruin it. Damn! Sorry, I have no idea where that came from. I think we spent enough time in this lantern room. We should head back to the beach. The moonlight sets a romantic mood as the storm clouds roll in and surround the black lighthouse. Call me the Dragon Tamer, baby! Apparently. You know, the sun might have set, but if we wait long enough, it will rise again. Damn! Bert removes her sheer robe, showing you her strappy black bikini. Her pale skin glows under the light of the moon. I didn't expect her to take off the clothes, to be honest. Maybe you could help me get a head start on applying tomorrow's sunscreen? Again, I mean, yeah, of course, last time was, definitely felt more connected to you afterwards. To be totally real with you, I kinda asked you to as a goof, but I really enjoyed it. I swear though, if you tell anyone about this, I will not be labelled a foot freak. Not that there is anything wrong with feet, it's just something about that kind of attention really gets people talking. Steady, steady. Oh fuck. Oh. She's screaming yes. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel very strongly a little bit what the fuck? Nope. Nope. I'm really bad at this. This is the spinning is messing me up. This is technically what you signed up for. I'm not sure this is what I signed up for. I'm just getting really into it. No, I'm really not. I'm not in defeat. I'm gonna mess this one up, I can tell you that one right now. Oh my god. I don't want to say any of that out loud. I did not want to say any of that out loud. I really don't want to do this. I feel like I need to be paid for this kind of fan service. I feel like I need to be paid for this. And I am not paid enough for this. I'm gonna just say she really likes this, apparently. Yup. If you're gonna wiper, you gotta be dedicated. Listen, she can whisper that stuff into my ear. It doesn't mean I want to say it. I'm not paid enough for this. I'm not paid enough for this at all. Nope. Nope. Not sure whispering would help. I don't think I physically can say any of this. I don't think I can physically say this. It's Valentine's Day, we're all waiting. No. I need to be paid, okay? I need, no, I don't know if that would make it worse or not. If I actually got like a donation or gifted subs or bits, I feel like that would make this feel 10 times worse. If I said, I don't know anymore. I'm lost and confused, and apparently Spirit lets her feet getting touched. This is a threat. Give her the access support.
Fine, I'll say it. God, that's so goddamn hot. I love feeling your hands sliding up and down my feet and between my toes. My skin has never been more moist.
That was like the best use of TTS I have ever seen. Okay, I'm just gonna deadpan this. God, that's goddamn hot. I love feeling your hand sliding up and down my feet and between my toes. My skin has never been more moist. There we go. Get up here right now. Before you can find a towel to wipe off your lotioned hands, Spirit grabs you and pulls you in close. Her lips lock onto yours. They're surprisingly warm and soft. The sensation is incredible. Clouds cover the moon and you find yourself on the beach with Spirit in complete darkness. You can feel the narrow straps of her bathing suit come undone and come to life. They come to life?! Is this getting too NSFW for Twitch? Taking through the air, wrapping around your body, lifting you up off your feet. I'm getting ready to switch to another screen, I just want you to know. Come here, yeah. So this is what it feels like to fly. The Spirit pulls you close, you feel bits of glass press into your flesh. Pain and pleasure mix and wash over you like the ocean. Salty air stinging your skin as you writhe against your undead lover. The lighthouse howls. In the darkness, you're pretty sure that Spirit lets the dragon inside of her take over. If it kills you, you're sure it would have all been worth it. The clouds part just as you manage to pull yourself exhausted away from Spirit. Oh, I think we're a little bit bloody. A chunk of broken glass is lodged in your shoulder. When you pluck it from your skin, it drips blood. Sorry, I think this got stuck to me when I was, you know, best night of life, yep. Spirit drags her fingertip over the sharp end of the glass shard. Keep it. Consider it a memento. I've got plenty more where that came from. Back on the beach, the other killers roll their eyes as you show up with Spirit, doing that couples thing where you walk with your hands in each other's back pockets. You know it's obnoxious, but love will do that to a person. Some glass is worth it. Sure. Last day, you beautiful piece of meat. You've done so well. We're almost at the finish line. You don't think I brought you all this way without a plan, did you? What kind of sinister body of salt water do you think I am? Ellie, Spirit, welcome back. Since you're both still alive, we can assume you had a good time? You point to the many open wounds on your body, complete with bits of sand and dirt stuck in them. Yeah, you could say that. Damn, she looks so happy. I think some of those might be infected. You should really get them checked out. You're actually going through with this. The thing you should get checked out is your head, my friend. Spirit is absolutely nuts. You won't survive a week dating her. Didn't you just give us your blessing like 3 scenes ago? You might think she's all sad and introspective, but the truth is she's a demon hell bent on revenge. She'll ultimately stop at nothing to satisfy her lust for death that courses through her veins. I can't get her out of my mind. Duh, I know all of that, and I think it's hot. She's the goth girlfriend of my dreams. You're just jealous you lost her, so you're trying to run me out of town. Guess what? I'm not scared of you. I'm what's running out. She's got my back. Literally. She carved her name in it with a piece of broken glass. Thank God it was only 3 Holy shit! This is intense! Alright, we get it. Everyone is super tough. All you do is kill, no matter what. We got a show to finish, and this is the finale, so we need you to hold on for just a moment longer. After all, that was the point of this whole experience, to give even the most demented killers a chance at finding love. And it worked. To think my official bio called me distinctly below average. Well, look at me now, world. I'm about to officiate the wedding of 2 complete maniacs. Please, Spirit, take this bouquet and prepare your vows. As both of you say I do, we can send you off on your exclusive honeymoon. Hold up. Nobody is saying I do today. Yeah, nobody is. Wait, what? Marriage is such an archaic social institution put in place by men in power thousands of years ago to maintain their control in the world. I'm not interested in playing their game. I'm not interested in doing what anyone else tells me, or living by any rules that I don't believe in deep down in my heart. But now I think about it, I don't remember being asked if I wanted to take part in this bootleg reality TV bullshit in the first place. Did anyone here agree to this? I'm still not entirely sure what's going on. I'm about to get murdered, girl! Spirit has manifested her katana, and in a moment the mood has changed from a romantic climax to a place of terror. Whoa, they're all having fun here. If you just say I do, we can... I won't! With a slice of her blade, Claudette is no more, replaced by 2 halves of Claudette, neither of which are especially alive. Dwight is horrified. There's a chance he actually wed himself. Luckily for him, Khaki hides a lot of things. Unluckily for him, urine isn't one of them. Meanwhile, Trapper, Hunters, and Wraith are eating popcorn. Where'd they get popcorn? You're under the impression that Claudette and Dwight did all of the cooking around here, so... Sorry, now's not the time to think about who popped the popcorn. A gruesome murder just happened. This is for you. You know what to do. Spirit hands you her katana. You look kind of whimpering Dwight and feel everyone waiting for you to put him out of his misery. Ellie, we're on a very tight schedule. You respect schedules, right? If you kill me, I'm afraid of what comes next, so I don't... Could you not? Think back to that strange moment in the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. When the light hit Dwight, there was something off about it all. As if he wasn't real, or at least not really human. But is that a good reason to do him in with Spirit's katana? Or is that actually a reason not to kill him? This doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense is taking control. Taking it away from them. Taking it into your own hands and carving out a new destiny for yourself. Kill this pathetic worm. Kill him and join me on my mission. Together we will be unstoppable. What an offer. What are you gonna do? Murder, obviously. You raise Spirit's katana. With the ease of slicing a wedding cake, you cut him in two. His dead body slumps on the ground in front of you. That was so incredibly sexy. Rin places her hands over yours and you both hold her katana, your fingers entwined. You look to the other killers and see something new on their faces. Respect. You're one of them now. Ruthless, uncompromising, splattered with blood. Killer. My father is gonna really crap his pants when he sees the two of us coming. Damn. What are you waiting for, lover? You stand on the beach below the Black Lighthouse watching the seagulls devour the liver of a dead pirate who has washed ashore. Just thinking about how much I loved you, Rin. Stop thinking and show me. Think we'll ever leave this place? What do you care? I hope we don't. Well. We now have Goth Waifu. We also did murder. The Raiders did a very good job. Kudos. Yay, flowers. Well, was it worth it? I would say so. It was more fun than I thought it was gonna be. It was a lot sillier. Like, honestly, I thought it was gonna be more fucked up than it was, and they saved all the really fucked up bits for the end. Which, by that point, I was like, oh, never mind. Like, it wasn't really, like, that fucked up either at the end, too. It was just a case of murder? Question mark? Or, like, at this point, sure, whatever. Yeah, it was a pretty good game. Surprisingly. It's like really, really well written. Honestly thought you would die on your first route to Spirit. I'm just really good at wooing the ladies, what can I say? I know what them ladies want. And what they want is me! Hell yeah. Is it that easy to die? Did I just like luck into all the good choices? By the way? Did I just happen to do everything pretty much right? Completely blindly? Because of course you can die, I just didn't expect. I mean, you almost forgot the color. Probably like 90%. 90% of the correct choices for Spirit anyway. Fair. Well, apparently I'm awesome, so... I did it. We did it, guys. We did it. That was, It's not really hard when it comes to who do you want to talk to, the love interest or anybody else, yeah. You know, Rahi died 20 times trying to get spirit, apparently. Alright, we should go find someone to raid though. Cause like, my throat does actually hurt and it's like almost 2 AM. And I should do a resting thing. This is fun. This was a really good game, surprisingly. And also, we've had our worm debut for Meowlentine's Day. You died once because you got the lounge and the pool mixed up at the beginning, so you quit to start again. Ah, yeah, fair. Like they did put that out of order for no apparent reason, which is quite silly. Yeah, I might actually go through and play like the other routes at some point, just out of interest. But I might do that off stream so I don't kill my voice. Worm is great. Worm is like the silliest thing I've ever done in stream, I feel like. I feel like I just made the game all the better, especially considering the ocean was like, I made you, I put you here, blah blah blah. Like, you turned me into a worm! That was fun. That amused me greatly. But it was the tiki hut that was the bar, the pool, and the beach was the lounge, because why would a pool show the ocean? Understandable. It was perfect, exactly. But we're gonna go raid Death. It's been a while since we've raided Death. Let's go show Death some love. Death is currently playing Legends of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3. It's his first playthrough and it looks like he's on chapter 3, question mark. If you're playing the game or planning to play the game and want to avoid spoilers, feel free to do that. But yeah. I hope you all had fun as well, because I definitely had fun. Definitely, I didn't really know what to expect of the game, but, you know. Hiccup, apparently. Until next time, I hope everybody has the best of luck. I love you all. I'll see you all then. And bye-bye now. Thank you for the flowers. Bye. I'll remember to link the account, don't worry.